Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Benefactor at Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Simon, your DM for tonight, as we join Corinne, Felicia, Kate, Nick, and Rodrigo with their adventures in Illyria. Don't forget that you can help or indeed hinder. Check out the options with your channel points in the chat bar below. Also, you can help us with what we do by joining many of our Chaotics by becoming a subscriber.
That is
like Felicia has just done
marvelous.
Anyway, the Witch Queen is over. And quickly, it seems, as well. It seemed the preamble was more than the victory. However, there's things to be picked over and perchance things to be discovered as we play episode 115 of The Benefactor. Welcome back, and hello to our players.
Hello.
Hey.
Hope you all had good weeks. I
have played almost exclusively Mass Effect.
Yeah, I know. You haven't even been bothering me.
No, I haven't.
Wait, have you not been playing any WoW?
No, I have been just like Mass Effect. Mass Effect is my life now.
They have shunned the addiction.
Yeah,
What?
she has shunned the addiction, but
I mean,
most of us have at this point. We're playing
she has
Classic
shunted the addiction in the same way that, yes, I'm going to stop doing cocaine now because I'm gonna start doing crystal meth.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Anyway, the weekend is here, and I caved about 7 minutes ago and bought BattleTech, so bye-bye weekend. By the way, BattleTech 75% off for 8-9 quid, definitely worth it. Anyway, and Normally, I would be tempted to do the whole thing and get Ed does and get you to do a recap.
I mean, we can read through my amazing notes that I did.
I remember the amazing notes. Let's spare ourselves. So, I just saw Rodrigo sing in the chat.
That's why I was trying to say.
So, last session, you all came back to Ostergal, teleporting back to the Raven Queen Temple. You got met by Dusk Elmheart, and very shortly after, the Summer King, who teleported away Cora, albeit for only a short period of time. Shortly after that, the Renata Green turned up by stepping out from Dusk's shadow, which is very interesting. And you had a series of kind of cutscene encounters. Cora got taken to, I think he called it the balcony. And
observatory, I think you called it.
It's something like that. I don't have last session's notes. I have notes on what's to go ahead, but not last week's. But either way, he took you to a place where the rulers of the Feywild get to look over the prime material plane, being that they are all linked with emotions and drives and facets of humanity that they are effectively wardens of. Cora was shown that there are things that the Fey can detect, and certainly a following of the Architect, although many other names are being used, is being provided. And the Summer King has declared that he is going to hunt down places where temples to the Architect are going to arise. You saw a number of figures there. I'm not going to go through it all, but if you need reminding, I can send you reminders. And once this got explained, he did point out that your nature is changing. You are becoming more Fey. And not now, not even soon, but someday, you're going to have to decide between the prime material plane and the Feywild. Nick, on the other hand, started off speaking to Dusk. And then very shortly after realized that he was talking to somebody else.
Who's Nick? Who's this Nick you're talking about?
As through Dusk Elmheart, the head priestess of the Raven Queen Temple in Ostergard, he spoke directly to the Raven Queen. And despite the officiousness of angels and other celestial visitors to him, the Raven Queen seemed pretty chill, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. And ended up kind of just talking casually with Farewell, ending in the offer for Farewell to have a beer, or have a drink with the Raven Queen at some point, at which point she declared that she would see if there was a loophole. Other than that, as Farewell said, and I did write this down, he didn't want guidance, he wanted answers. He got some, as far as she was capable of being able to convey the mechanisms of gods to a mortal. And he left with a encouragement, rather than guidance, encouragement that she'll be there for him. But what he's going up against is going to be difficult, doesn't even get to cover it. Then we cut to Eclipse, I believe. Can't remember which way around it was. Doesn't really matter. Eclipse. No, Eclipse was last.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia ended up transubstantiating in front of the elder dragon Freynia.
I'm pretty sure Glory did that, not Felicia.
Not Felicia.
Yes.
Yes, Glory ended up in the courtroom with Frania. Frania was aggressive. He was confrontational. The doting that he had on his, well, if you believe Glory, favorite granddaughter turned more into irritation, frustration, almost disappointment, until he declared, "Blood of my blood, I shall not deny you." And Glory returned and immediately started mutating. Felicia, if you could put the link up again in chat. And
Yep.
now has her demi-dragon form.
Mm-hmm.
This obviously comes with some downsides, which we have discussed.
Like the lack of shoes.
Yes.
Yes, that's it. That's the total downside, is that no Gucci shoes from now on.
Suddenly, Glory finds that she's attracting the wrong kind of attention around the area.
Don't worry about
Hey,
it.
there's this hot woman in armor. She's following me around all the time. It's like, yes, she's a dragon slayer.
She's hot.
You're
Or
not her type,
supposedly like
or
have
you're
a
her wrong
girlfriend
type.
that you haven't like spoken to in months.
It's
I
high-
spoke to her before we left for our
Yeah.
last mission, so
and it's high profile relationship. You know, you can be away for months at a time. You know, and miss ambassadors and things. And then we finished up with a vision from Eclipse of the Moon. She found herself in a dark and clearly aged masonry room, and the musings of the undead Juradan. Flames burst as he mentioned that he could detect that someone was on the path to him, not knowing if she was coming to destroy him or to release him. And Flames showed a giant, hulking, rotted, clearly long dead figure of a lion-headed tabaxi. And that's where we ended.
As my note says, not looking so hot.
And so Glory has been seen by everybody apart from Rodrigo. Aiden.
Hello.
Who, as I said before the stream, Rodrigo, you came back with the rest of the Green Organization and are currently in the Green Mansion with a whole fuck ton of stuff. Books, artifacts, you know, whole piles of ingots of both pure and corrupted orichalcum. For the most part, the Green Organization is sorting it all out and kind of indexing it and things. And mostly you're just there because you seem to be the ranking member. Renata
God, it's
has-
such a pain in the ass wanting to defer something to someone and realize, oh wait,
The buck stops with me.
Me.
oh right.
Renata is there as well, again making sure that everything stays in one place. She's kind of trying to show that she's not trying to take anything away or hide anything or anything like that. And she has referred to you an uncomfortable number of times as the commander. So that's how most of the Green Organization now refer to you.
Fun. Part of me wants to make an inside check to see if she's doing that on purpose, but I'm not even gonna bother trying.
Okay. Night starts to hit, and you're just wired. You can feel the dusk hold. Well, wherever you want it to be, really. But
How long has it been since I've seen the others?
I would say it's been about 2 hours. That was the amount of
Okay.
time it took for you to catch up with Hester, grab all the stuff, coordinate. do the appropriate blood rituals for your fallen. There weren't many. There was two. I think it was two of theirs.
It was
and
only
one of
two,
yours or
but
so-
yeah.
No, two yours, one of theirs. That's right. And yeah, considering all that you were fighting, fairly good numbers, but still disappointing, I guess. And yeah, you
Another crewman lost. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna by that point. I think I'm just gonna ask to take my leave. Because the last time I decided to leave any of these chuckle fucks alone, one of them blew up a museum. So
Got a point.
Hashtag not my fault.
Not responsible for that.
I mean,
I am not responsible for that either.
I know, but like from Aiden's perspective, he looked away for like a few minutes, turned back around, and a fucking public place was on fire. So,
I mean,
you do get told on the way out that a nearby building that is vacant will be turned into basically a holding place for the books and the artifacts. Guards will be placed. Green organization within and the Duke's guards without. And you can go and visit this place anytime you like. They are referring to it as the reading room.
yeah, I thank them. I thank them for their time. I thank them. Well, I thank Renata for everything. And again, I do make the mention that last time I left any of my other colleagues alone, something was set on fire. So yeah. No, officer, I don't know this man. I don't know this cat.
He
so
sat
yeah,
with a cat under his arm.
Yes,
exactly, basically. So yeah, I am going to take my leave and go find them. I'm going to. Item's probably gonna imagine that the best place to find them in Ostacle is gonna be the Hawking Harness, so he's going there right away.
Sure. It does get confirmed that by Noki that yeah, they came in and they went the fuck to bed because they're all knackered. And
oh god, I could use a fucking nap.
I will. I will happily. And then you hear and running downstairs is Madeline.
Oh yeah, poor Madeline.
And she and Noki goes, "Is everything okay?" She goes, "Yeah." She's got like a gimlet stare and goes,
"Oh boy,
I need to get more." And she goes off and gets more hot chocolate. Noki keeps you for basically continuity amount of time, catching you up on various things, and then as you go up, you can see that. Well, I don't know if during Eclipse's dream the rest went to bed. I think they did, didn't they?
Yeah, I think we all decided to head to bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I think Aiden, as soon as he realizes that nothing's on fire and hopefully no crimes against have been committed. Yeah. I mean, not necessarily humanity, but like against any humanoid.
Humanoid,
right?
yes, humanoids rather than humanity.
So he's going to go to his room, and then he is going to let himself fall asleep. Whether or not he lands on the bed is another matter entirely. He doesn't fucking care, but he's going to pass out. Yeah,
you wake up kind of in your clothes, diagonally on the bed. It's been a while. And dawn rises for you all.
Yay, we get to press the long rest button.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah, I forgot.
Take a long rest.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, my luck points are back. That's important.
Oh,
yeah, you
good.
used all of them.
I used a lot of them. I was trying to.
So you wake up, and I'm gonna stick with the Aiden cam for now.
Aiden cam.
You wake up. You have to kind of stretch out stiff joints and things like that. You take off your boots and change your socks and all the other things you have to do when you've fallen asleep in your clothes. You feel muggy and a bit crap. But there's
someone should ban mornings. Anyways.
But hot scented water is is prepared for for bathing, separate dewar for drinking, and there's a smell of food coming up the stairs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do like my post waking up business and then just go down, go get some food.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, Glory will be woken up by a cat shaking her because she had a dream.
Yes. I was doing it in the middle of the night.
Yes. So when Glory wakes up, it's the whole morning beauty regime. She needs to take a bath, get the blood off, because she basically grew a few extra limbs last night, and that's a bit yucky.
Yep.
And do the makeup and figure out how the fuck is she gonna do her eyeshadow now that she has black scales all over her eyelids.
Yeah.
You know, important stuff.
Important stuff. Basically, I want everyone to be down there before I go down.
Sure.
I mean, I'm on your bed.
Yeah. Eclipse can stay. It's not like I have a choice.
Yes.
Okay.
I like to think this is the beginning of Eclipse starting a dream journal. This has made a lot of people very angry and has been widely regarded as a bad move.
So Cora and Farewell.
Ladies first.
You wake up after a eventful day, to say the least.
I mean, and we're back at the Hawk and Harness. I think Cora's gonna probably do a classic. Well, that's something I don't want to think about right now, so she's just gonna think about food and head down for breakfast.
Yeah, so we're
yes.
going, yeah.
Remember,
Breakfast.
kids?
Yeah.
Remember, kids, if you see something, say nothing and drink to forget.
Yeah. Ignore it and pretend it'll go away. It won't.
Yes, Cora, you've lost your exhaustion. As
I was
Emmett has
wondering,
already
I was going to
pointed
ask
out.
that question,
Yep.
but okay,
You
cool.
lose 1 point of exhaustion every time you take a long rest.
And you eat and drink, apparently. You have to have food and drink. It
Yes,
says on
you've had all
but
the
I
fare
figured
and
we're
stuff
about
like that.
to, yeah.
Yeah, you can't regain exhaustion if you rough sleep, basically. But you're in a tavern. Tavern
Yeah.
will restore a point
Right.
of exhaustion in the night. Okay, and
Yeah.
Farewell, you hear the familiar short footfalls of your halfling friend retiring down the corridor.
Yeah.
First breakfast, it is time.
I think Farewell's gonna have one of those proper morning fog kind of days where like it's the first time in like a very long time he's properly slept. He's just been like, you know, actual deep sleep. And so he's just sort of kind of does that whole thing where usually he comes down, he's dressed and he's all there. He just sort of comes out of his room, comes into the main part where everybody else is just still wearing the same stuff he was wearing last night, but minus the armor because it just sort of pops off like a singular unit.
Throw it against the wall.
Yeah, well, it's lying on the bed, but he sort of like just sort of kind of walks like really sleepily just into the middle of everything and just is like kind of like Cora and just like no talk, only food. No speaking, only food. Give me all of the food.
Okay. So the three of you are silently tucking into
It's probably a lot of glances.
an epic breakfast. When
Well, you guys are particularly cheery today.
Yeah.
Which queen is dead? So there's that.
True.
Yeah.
But yet still some of you look like you barely got any sleep at all.
Do you know what? I actually slept really good, and I don't know why I'm more tired now than I usually am. That's
Okay, out of
bullshit.
character, that's been happening to me all week, and I hate it.
Ain't that a mood?
There's some weird things with sleep sometimes, like 6 hours sleep, wake up fresh. 8 hours sleep, wake up needing more sleep. How does that work?
Yeah, wake up feeling
Wake
like
up
trash.
after 8 hours of sleep, come to the conclusion that more sleep is needed and sleep for 6 more hours. That has been my week.
I've never done that.
I call it depression.
Yeah, same.
I had 2 sleeps today. It was weird. It's like
Nice.
I went to bed about 5 in the morning, slept for 3 hours, got up and had to do exercise with friends, and then I went back to
Why
lie
would you
down
do
on the
that to
bed
yourself?
and slept again until the afternoon.
Hey.
Was it work?
I was up all night doing editing. I don't know, it was weird. And then I streamed, and then so I don't know what day it is today. I'm lost.
It's Friday.
Up all night and went to bed at 5 a.m.
It's allegedly Friday.
Allegedly.
This week has flown. I don't know where the frick this week has gone. Like most weeks
Yeah,
fly
same.
by, but bloody hell.
Anyways. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Back we go.
Yeah. So if any of you can think of how to perform a miracle, that would really help right about now.
I'm sorry, but if I remember correctly, that was your ballpark.
It's very unreasonable.
I mean, you
when
bring people
say
back
things
from
like
the
that.
dead. That's
Love you
not
too,
a
farewell.
miracle.
I mean, what is a miracle then if that's not?
Exactly.
Cora, I swear
know
to
how
God, if
to
you
do
start
that.
bringing up semantics, I can and will flip this table.
Okay, food on the table. Flip a different table, and
No, I will flip this one. That's a promise and a threat.
okay, fine. Sit there. Shut up. Why do you need to perform a miracle, and why is that difficult for you?
As we know, I am currently a very full cart. There is
Right.
there is a lot of people on board, and
Okay, yeah, right.
it's a little noisy. Well, I don't say noisy. They don't really talk. It's just visually very busy, shall we say? Just like in the corners and in the top and the bottom, it's very, very sort of strange. And you know, you catch flashes of like faces that you normally see, and that's really distracting, especially like because you've got like lizard brain that's like, that is dead, and you sort of freak out a bit, and then like the rest of the brain is like, yeah, you know that, you idiot. You following?
Kinda. I don't. Shouldn't you just? Aren't you just gonna release them to the wild kind of thing? Isn't that the?
Release them to the wild, like
I'm
a
sorry,
duckling.
farewell, but apparently your family went to a farm one day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I mean, we still haven't had that whole conversation about you and the animals, you know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
One time, one dog.
No, it
No,
was.
I mean,
multiple
we're
times.
talking also about the animals you pulled from the bag, you know, the kind of the 3 you forgot to save. And...
I didn't forget to save them. They're fake animals, and we were falling, and I couldn't see anything. I didn't even know they were
Let's just hope we
there
don't-
until they
let's
went
just
splat.
Let's just hope we don't meet a druid anytime soon, because they're probably gonna have some kind words for you if they don't
I
try
bet druids
stabbing
do
you
that
first.
crap all the time.
I
it's
bet.
No, as far as I'm concerned, their whole deal is stopping that from happening.
Okay, well, beg to
Yeah.
differ.
But no, they're technically not dead, and that means kind of sending them to the cast. Basically,
Okay,
helping
Simon.
them pass on is like maybe not the best thing, but I also don't kind of know how to create bodies. I mean, I can create undead bodies, but that's
Simon.
kind of the wrong idea.
Simon, Aiden has been taking the piss too much already. He's kind of trying to use his area of expertise to see if there's any way he can help Farewell with this. You know.
Sure. Give me a roll.
Already rolling with advantage, by the way.
Yep.
Oh wow, who fucking cares about advantage? That's gonna be. Give me a moment. That's gonna be. I mean, any relevant thing is the same for me, so I'm gonna just say that's a 15.
Okay. Yeah.
Rolled a
So
4
there are
five.
stories that you know, particularly with families of necromancers. Necromancer goes crazy, ends up accidentally killing his family, and then tries to get them back. Necromancer dies. Turns out that he was sapping their life essence. When he dies, suddenly there's an archway in the laboratory or something like that, and the archway starts to shimmer, and walking out hale and hearty as family. Happens not very often, but multiple times within living history, which is thousands of years. There's other parts where there has been things like the living death, where somebody is unanimated. If undead are animated, they are unanimated is the best way to describe it. They're dead in everything but name. Kind of a form of stasis, preserved stasis. And once again, when a certain thing was broken, it came back to life. You know that this is different. The bodies have been destroyed, peeled off from the soul. All that's left is the soul. But the body technically hasn't died. Death is a very particular thing. It's a process. These beings, these people, were placed in the void and became nothing down to only the souls left, but the souls were kept. This, at least part of it, is down to fate. They haven't gone through the moment of death. Their bodies were destroyed, but the full process of death did not happen, which means they're not dead. Which means bringing them back to life from the dead is not exactly relevant, or at least it's only part relevant. What you need to do is basically bring the souls back into the prime material plane and have a body for them to be in.
It's incredible that even something as simple as dying has such a complicated bureaucratic process. Please do talk with your boss about it. Farewell. Uh,
Yo.
so they occupy quite a gray area, from what I understand.
Makes sense.
So I say that if the only solution is to somehow exploit that gray area, they're technically not dead. So if you were to construct new bodies for them via whatever means, biological, magical, or mechanical, I guess that would be fine. Just because you're just giving the living soul another body. Or you can play celestial lawyer and argue that they are no they are dead. Sure, they didn't went through the process, but with their bodies destroyed and nowhere to come back to, they are, well, dead, and they should probably be accepted into an afterlife of your choice. Both are hard, and both are going to require a figurative, if not a literal, miracle. So
Nick, can you remind me whose life did you save when you flashed back? It was
God,
Amity?
Hold on. Let me.
It was his girlfriend.
Not technically not.
I've got it down
The
here that
dirty
it's Amity, but I want to
fancies.
check.
I believe it is Amity. Let me just double check my notes. Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds. He says talking.
It's
through
pretty
his own
far
hand.
back notes, so
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's trying to kick the even. This is the lovely bit where my connection is super slow as well.
Mm.
I have Oh boy, I have an idea, but I'm gonna have to talk with both Simon and Farewell about this because, oh boy.
I also have an idea as well.
Good. Ideas are good.
Yes, it was Amity.
Good. Okay, we're on the same page.
That's scary.
Unrelated to that, there are at breakfast the usual crowd. Incredibly hungover. There are bards here who are clearly playing the night before. Bards don't tend to play at breakfast,
No.
but they're currently
Don't be
enjoying
weird.
some. Yeah. They normally play at lunchtimes, normally just as entertainment, as people are just coming in from the factories and the fields and things like that, just to pep up their spirits. Normally, it's traditional for local bosses, industry employers, to pay for that. And then in the evenings, the bards play the more raucous and entertaining stuff and get people up and dancing and getting people laughing. And then they tend to get paid by the listeners. There are a few bards, usual type of thing, just getting over the night before. This is the time for them to rest and to socialize a bit. They tend to do a gig, go to sleep, socialize in the morning, start the next day of work. That tends to be life as a bard. And Farewell, you get this huge need for one of the bards to play a song.
Uh
Oh, god damn it.
oh. Me, the player, is staring at Cora because this sounds like some fake bullshit. Aiden has no idea what's going on, but like in my heart, I feel this is some fake nonsense that is about to happen.
Yeah. This is some fake shit.
This is some fake shit.
Why are you guys staring at me? I'm like mid oh what? I got something around my mouth. What?
There's like a fork full of like bacon and eggs, and then there's a sausage in the other hand. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
what?
I always eat like this.
A friend of yours?
I look around and see if I recognize them.
You recognize one of them, maybe been around here before. You recall them, but they're not particularly significant. Maybe they played with Beakber at some point.
Maybe they might have. I don't know. Maybe that one played with Bieber once.
Is it a coworker?
Work.
You're my coworkers.
No, I meant your
Technically-
other coworkers.
What? Oh no!
F
No!
A
No!
E.
No! No!
You glance over, take a look. No.
There's way too many things that are not on fire.
Yeah, there's not enough like slapping with silk gloves, you know, dandies and other such things for it to be
There's
there.
not
It's
one
perfectly
person-
fine.
There's not one person who's having an absolute mental breakdown like that one character from Avatar that will just absolutely lose his shit every time he saw Aang, the one who starts frothing at the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just starts throbbing. Cora!
Yeah. So no, not
How
Faye.
about we railroad this with Glory and Eclipse going down the stairs?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm telling you, Eclipse,
You-
we will go and do your thing, but we need
Oh,
breakfast
yeah.
first. We can't just go out to the
Brace
carrot
yourself, Aiden.
immediately.
But
Chat.
Also,
Think
has
about
something to
God.
say.
eating.
Yeah.
Fish
Yeah.
and milk. You love that stuff.
You hear, because this always happens, you hear an almost on four legs Eclipse charging down the stairs, because cats can't walk downstairs apparently. It's just a Eclipse, nothing new, nothing different about Eclipse. She barrels into the room, sees the food, all the rest of it, and then a few seconds behind her, the new and improved question mark
Yes.
Glory steps out.
Simon, as Kate was saying, you might want to have a look at chat.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh,
I mean,
no,
there's not much. You don't need to look. You just need to tell them to roll the damn dice.
D6 then D20. D6 then D100, please. So yeah,
This is why we can have nice things.
No.
Rodrigo, you see, Aiden, you see the new full dragon glory. Bullshit, 6.
That is
Coming
terrifying. I hate
92.
92, 6 and 92. I don't like that. I don't know if I should be. I don't know if I should feel. I don't know if I should
The
feel like.
secret
really-
word of the day. Do you have
You have a
secret
secret
words,
cat
Paul?
behind you in the window,
The
Rodrigo.
fucking scorp.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god.
It was so cute
Oh, hey,
because it
Nico.
just popped its head in and went,
Hey Nico, ¿qué querés?
sorry, I
Bastardo,
couldn't
¿qué
help it.
querés? No, it's all good. I didn't notice. Hey Nico. Usually he announces his presence very loudly.
It was
so.
just
I
such
know
a little
exactly
cute
that feeling.
cat face just appeared behind you in the window.
Yeah, he was
Nico.
like popping his head through the curtain. It was very cute.
Nico. Hey, Nico.
Okay.
Nico, mis amigos dicen que te quieren.
No.
Wow,
See,
okay.
He ignores English. It's like that's truly cat. He's like, no. speak
There's a
to me in the
giant
proper tongue."
crack of thunder.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
We're all dead.
And-
Rock's full.
Rain starts to heavily fall in Ostergard.
Okay.
You do get told a few minutes later that a lightning strike has hit the guild hall and the roof is now on fire.
Okay.
Oh
Thankfully,
boy.
it's raining.
I
Thankfully
think
it's
we
raining.
can safely say that. Not it.
Yes,
Not us?
there are a fire brigade in this town. We do not need to worry about random
We'll wait
fires.
until the shouting gets really loud and then we can...
Yeah.
It
Mm.
doesn't seem to
Also-
be that much of a problem because the rain comes down in sheets and sheets and sheets. It is the heaviest rain you've ever seen. It's almost it actually obscures vision.
I am. I apologize. I do admit that I was asleep for quite a bit. Wasn't the day clear out? It is.
It's very loud now.
We have our own eclipse
Sweet cat.
simulator.
It's not my fault. I spoke with my god, not angry at me. I didn't offend anybody, so don't be looking in this direction. It's a strange city, man. You know, a lot of people around here do a lot of weird things.
Also,
I mean,
I
there was
guess
that
because
tiny-
it's the start of the hour.
Was it
Okay.
Blue.
I need your
kobold?
strongest.
Oh,
I'm sore
look
all
at
over.
it.
I has a spot.
That
This
is
my
amazing.
spot.
Nico. Nico.
Nick.
Mira aquí, hijo de
Oh.
puta.
Don't call your cat a pooter.
That's so
He
cute.
gives zero fucks.
I
I
have
call-
a
I-
book.
I call him a bastard all the time. It's fine. Nico.
I'm pretty sure. Well, it doesn't Kuda like translate into fuck essentially.
It literally means whore, but the usage is used like
Yeah,
like fuck.
It's context, yeah.
Yes.
It's
Nico. All right, he doesn't care. Anyways,
No.
Yeah,
By the
I mean,
way,
you remember
even
those
though the
that-
lightning strike hit and the rain is now pelting down to the point where you can only see 15 feet in front of you, the people in the tavern don't care. They've been watching watching Glory the entire time.
yeah, Aiden literally just stares and like his expression doesn't change and just goes, "That's fucking
It's new, isn't it?
terrifying."
Yeah.
Excuse
Do
you,
you
I
think
look
that's
gorgeous.
terrifying? I had to see her transform, and let me tell you, that was not pretty.
Yeah, Glory, I think you
Really?
owe you owe Eclipse reparations.
She did, and she let me sleep in her bed, so it's all good.
Fair
I
enough.
don't think that counts. Don't you usually sleep there?
Yes, but she didn't complain.
Okay. And Yeah, and if anything, let's be honest, it was probably that tiny kobold that we saw yesterday, the one that escaped.
Oh yes, the one that escaped the guards.
Yeah,
Oh yes, yeah.
which again seems like the
I did
city's
not know
problem.
kobolds could turn into butterflies.
No,
Neither
yeah, that
did
was
I.
new. Yeah, that was new for me as well. Usually there's a lot of them, and they're a lot more stupid.
I mean, the one we saw.
Maybe it wasn't a kobold then. Maybe it actually was butterflies pretending to be a kobold.
Well,
Butterflies turning into a kobold. I like the theory.
I
Yes.
mean,
It's a very.
We've
You know what?
hung out
That
with
would
you
not
and
be
enough
the
fake
strangest
bullshit
thing
now.
we've encountered.
I mean, who's to say it wasn't, she who shall not now be named because we're not sure if you're cool with her or not, sending yet more people watching you. The color scheme kind of matches.
True.
It's
not. Yeah, I don't know. No.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say no, as if it's not true.
Important thing. So I had a vision of Jordan. He's dead but alive, and he's like.
Oh dear.
I mean, he was.
I think that's the wrong way to word it.
I think so. Yes, I just
I
realized.
take
Even
that.
When she
undead,
woke
that is
up,
literally
she said
the-
he was not looking so hot,
Yeah.
but that she could fix it.
When she says he was alive but dead, you get a sudden surge of needing to hear a song, Fema.
Oh boy. But yeah, like when she mentions that, is like Aiden goes undead. That is literally the dictionary definition of undead.
Don't think he was undead because he wasn't like his body was like it was separate, like his and his body wasn't moving. It was just the soul.
I miss the days. I miss
Shift
the
over.
days when we would go hunt a lich and it was a lich, or go hunt a vampire and it was a vampire. What the fuck is going on?
They're rising up. They're on
Farewell
you. Better
walks over
tactics.
to the bar.
Yeah.
Grabs one of the tankards, and writes on the front of it, "Not another undead jar." takes out 2 platinum coins, drops them in. Stick this behind the bar, please.
Noki looks at it. Oddly, doesn't look as surprised as he should, and puts it on the quite high up actually, so people can see it.
Right. Can everybody figure out the rules?
It seems pretty straightforward to me.
Fantastic.
I'm confused. Are we putting a jar when there's not an undead, or
No, the other way around.
The other way around.
When it's an undead, that's not an undead.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And
I can't believe it's not undead.
Exactly, yeah. It's like the off. Do you remember when those peddlers came around trying to sell you like it's as good as butter, but it's not butter?
Yeah, it tasted terrible.
It tastes awful. I mean, why?
Why would you eat that?
I mean, it was not butter, so
Exactly. What the
why
fuck is
why
wrong
would
with
you
people?
not want butter anyway?
Anyways, Eclipse.
You realize how many
Jordan.
calories a sorcerer burns every day? Anyone with magic burns way too much
Anyway.
to be not eating butter.
Eclipse, Jordan, he's been your obsession for the last, I genuinely don't know how much time has passed, so I'm not even gonna bother.
For as long as you've known her.
It's been
And
your
then
obsession
some.
for as long as I've known you. You can't just fucking throw this, sweep this under the rug. Details.
So, I had a vision. He was in a tomb kind of thing.
Okay, extra evidence that is undead, but go on.
Well, it was a throne room rather than a tomb, wasn't it, Simon? It was more of a throne room.
Yeah, it was throne.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was in a throne
still.
room.
I used the word masonry to kind of suggest that it was a sculpted floor.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. He was in a throne room. He was speaking to someone.
Always fun.
Uh,
Cryptic conversations are the best. I say that in the most sarcastic tone I can master.
yes. Which he was speaking with my fantastic notes here. He was speaking about his love and also saying some stuff that kind of suggested that she's still alive.
It
Well,
wasn't
she's a
his love.
succubus, so I would
Exactly.
expect her to still be alive.
Yeah.
I know my great grandmother is somewhere down in
Undead.
hell.
Undead plus devil combo times 2 multiplier. Yay.
Yeah. Yes. Deities are cryptid morons. Why does that say that? Because yeah, he was speaking to a deity, I think.
At one point, he was ranting at the gods. Yes.
Yes.
Always fun.
But yes, he was also talking about me in a way that he knew
Oh,
that
boy.
someone was on the path, but he didn't know. I tried to respond, I didn't get any response, so I think that was just a vision rather than, because if it was a dream, I would be able to interact, and then it would have ended up with like us living on
Semantics
penguins
aside, yes,
or something.
I understand the difference between dreams and visions. Yes, I am aware.
But yes, and then but yes, that's what I can remember what he said. But yes, he was there and he was saying stuff about Kanitawa, and he was saying that she might still be alive and might be able to help ? I am 99% sure that Kanitawa is the one that has the canopic jar for lust.
Interesting.
Just to recap,
Mhm.
Eclipse, which ones do you have and which ones do you not have?
I have
Plenty of jars.
Just so you know, Simon, whilst Eclipse and them are having this conversation, Farewell has actually sort of like gone over to where the bard is and is just like humming in the most terrible way, like this, like it's a song that he's got stuck in his head, and like, but he doesn't know the name of it, but you also don't know the lyrics. So it's like, you know, the one that goes, you know, that one. Everyone knows that one, and it's like some like terrible part on the song. It's right up there with the, you know, the fire spell. Okay, that's about 20. Can we narrow that down a bit?
Okay, so we got the one from the mausoleum, which is
Mausoleum.
mausoleum.
Yep.
I thought we established that
gluttony.
Tabaxi used them to bury mouses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have
you got
gluttony,
gluttony. Pride was
got-
the first one.
Pride and envy.
Envy, yeah. Okay, cool. We got the same because the envy was the aboleth.
We're
Sure.
missing sloth. We're
Sloth,
missing lust. We're missing
Greed.
wrath.
wrath,
Greed.
And wrath, yeah.
and greed. Yeah, missing 4. I have 3 more locations, though. I have 3 locations, but we're missing 4.
If there actually is 7.
Well,
I mean, if they're going
storytelling
for the
conventions would say 7, but
yeah.
Eclipse Dairy.
The last
this
one
might
will
all
probably
be quite
find.
outlandish, but I don't think we're living a story.
I mean, all we,
Stares at the camera.
in a way, everything is a story. It's just not always a good one.
I mean, if you
Glory
really want to,
turns.
if we are depending on what version of the sins we're talking, it could even be 8. One could, because one of the sins used to be vainglory.
oh yeah, you
before.
got Vainglory, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
The
Sorry,
bard
hold
goes.
on. I'm really. I'm sorry.
I'm not entirely sure
confusing
what
you.
you're on about, mate, but I can give it a go. Picks up his violin and
Fiddler.
starts to play.
Is he Satan?
Part
Is
of
it-
the way through playing, the tune changes, and suddenly, Farewell, it's reminding you of something. Give me a history check.
Oh. I can do this.
You can do it. Believe in you.
Okay. 22.
You
22.
can do this.
Wasn't a very high DC for you. For everybody else, it would have been actually 10 DC higher.
Damn.
Because this is lore specifically from your people. And by your people, I don't mean Genasi, I mean literally your caravan. The tale is known they would have played it in many places and spread it around. This is a song that used to accompany a particular story about a great sorcerer who ended up dipping their toe into being a necromancer through the use of magic. Through the use of music. Was playing with bardic arts and started to play the violin and found that the dead rose only for as long as he played the violin. His intention was to be able to make a song that everybody would want to dance to. Unfortunately, the way that will goes, most people's will could resist it. Only those who were heavily injured would feel like they needed to dance. Something that later on could be weaponized, because if you're heavily injured, the one thing you don't want to do is a jig. As he would change the tune, the dead would rise and do the bidding that would reflect into the tune. You know this because this used to be a story told by Felicity Credence. Felicity Credence themselves, one of the more powerful necromancers of your caravan, and as yet missing. The bards look at the fiddler and goes, "Hey, that's real good, that. Where'd you pick that up? Because I don't know what... I've never heard this song before, and yet I'm reciting. I'm in trouble."
I grab his hands. I'm like, oh, no, sorry.
Popsy goes, "Oh,
sorry,
thank you,
sorry,
thank you,
sorry,
thank you.
sorry,
What was that? What was that?"
Sorry.
It's your family.
Sorry.
Family.
What was that?
Family,
I don't
family.
know that. I don't know that noise. That noise. That I don't know that music. And yet,
no.
when I started playing it, I knew every note.
Oh no. Okay.
Alive.
Yes, I know. Probably, yeah. Because that's my luck.
What?
Don't worry about it. It's very long, boring, and complex, and you don't need to burden yourself with this knowledge. I tell you what. Why don't you go get some food and drink from the bar? You eat on me today, friend. All day, whatever you want. I'll take care of you. Go.
That's
you
very
go.
decent of you. Sorry, I may have tripped across some magic there. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was proper weird. That was proper weird.
Yeah, real weird.
Yeah.
Not worth remembering.
Yeah.
Really
yeah.
worth you just forgetting about.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to try that tune again. Wow.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
It didn't end well for him either. That's the wrong thing to say.
Well,
He pauses, goes a lighter shade, and then decides that he's going to ignore what you just said and walk to the bar with a kind of glassy-eyed stare.
As soon as Farewell says that, Aiden's gonna get up, walk over to him, give him a platinum piece, pat him on the back, go back to the table.
Sure.
Oh god, fucking damn it! And it's just like Farrell just like moves a little closer to the wall and just puts his forehead against like the timber and just like very gently just goes backwards and forwards.
Backwards
the timber, just like
the ride never ends.
For fuck's sake, this was why is this layers more complex? For fuck's sake, I was just going to suggest we shift planes and go to the elemental plane of water, get the wizard to make us a load of bodies. He made this one after all. He's stood there just rocking backwards and forwards onto his toes, onto his heels, onto his toes. Okay. I'm good. Right. Okay.
Feeling better now?
No, but enough that we are calm. So.
You don't look very calm.
I am not calm. No, this is a veneer of spun glass.
You know, I think it's probably about time we actually left and started working on whatever it is we're doing next. Not because I'm in any particular hurry, but I feel the longer we stay here, the more Farewell is going to be relieving some trauma.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
it is you need to work out to perform a miracle, we can do it on the road. I do believe we've had the caravan escorted back by some travelers. We'll have to go through magical means this time.
Where is your next jar anyway?
Actually,
so-
better question. Do you have to get them in a certain order?
No.
Okay.
We've
So-
just been going at them in whatever one's been closest to
Fair
where
enough.
we were going.
So we have one in abandoned border
It's got
fort.
this mental image of Eclipse going, pulling out this notebook, and it's just full of like doodles on one side of it, and like really terrible handwriting.
I feel there's paw
scribbles on the
prints.
other.
Yeah,
Like,
there's like
Yeah, there's definitely paw prints.
Yeah. But it's like one giant bean on like
Yeah.
a page
Yeah.
where she's got like ink on her hands, and
Yeah.
she's gone to turn the page to like the top corner of it. It's just got this
It's
giant
got the bean.
paw bean on it. It's like,
Farewell is probably slightly appalled by the state of the paper.
do you know what? I'm just impressed she's writing stuff down.
You know what? They're reasonable.
It's
So
just-
there's one in the border fort. There's one in an abandoned mine, and there's one in the Shattered Soul Risali evil caster community.
Okay, which one's the closest? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to
Solid.
re-
They live on another continent. Don't
Yes, they live in Despair, but apparently there's some around here.
There's a wizard's
Oh.
tower that is in again the Romanicas lands. That is apparently they managed to secure themselves a tower here.
Yeah,
I suppose it's good to have
I don't want to
outposts.
relieve our experiences with the legacy, so I'd rather go for a short trip. If that's okay, of course.
Yes.
Yes, check whether it's
Here's
closest,
me.
and if if it's near any major city, we can just take a circle there.
Yeah, I mean,
We need to go with the caravan. We need to go and get that.
The
'cause we also need to-
caravan is being we've sent out a small party of adventurers to go and get it for us.
Did we? When?
That was it. That was last
Yesterday,
session.
while you were needling Renata.
yeah, that and yeah. I also need to pick up to pad out my spell book a bit, so I could use a couple of hours to go and do that. I need to go and God, this is going to be awkward. I have to. I'm not good at asking for things. Who's good at? Gloria, you're good at asking for things. Why don't you come with me and help me ask Renata for stuff?
Sure.
Because I don't want to ask because it comes out
Oh
wrong.
yes, I did want to go over there to take a look at some of the artifacts collected from the place.
Farewell, I feel there may be something we can help as well, but you're gonna have to let me go to the Dusk Hole to see if it's even possible. But I may have an
Sure.
idea.
That would be really good. So I'm gonna need a couple of things from everybody. First of all, if I start doing weirder things,
Weird.
I'm glad you made that.
yeah,
clear.
I mean, like you know where my baseline normal is.
I mean,
know
that's
each other.
both clear and not very clear because we don't know what the upper limit for weirder is.
We'll stop you if you try and start a cult or raise an army of the dead.
I think
Yeah,
that's reasonable.
I was, to be honest with you, I was more concerned about immediately trying to start mothering you lot. because that would be just a little weird.
Isn't that what you always do?
No, I like to consider it. It's more like.
Jars, Eclipse, jars.
Do you remember that Skittle game? Did you ever play that as a kid, where they'd always put like all the pins up and you roll a ball, and the idea was to knock all of the Skittles over in few balls as possible?
No.
No.
Yes, we had a similar thing, but you used these pebbles that exploded when they landed.
I'm literally
Okay,
having
I'm
literally getting the card out. I'm literally
Thank you.
like I have it ready. I literally just do that.
As soon as she starts speaking, just here you go.
Yeah, no, like
To help the little ones, there were like little bumper barriers that you put down on the side of it, so that make sure that even if they threw it in a weird way, it would get down to the end. I consider myself more your bumpers.
Okay, so what is the difference?
what have I ever done to warrant a bumper?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've only been sober for 2.5 weeks.
Reasonable. Have a nice day.
Thank you. No, I'm. Take what just happened, for example, compulsions to hear certain songs or do certain things or eat certain stuff. You're not supposed to carry around as much stuff as I am. It could have weird effects, so I kind of need you all to.
We've somehow got to decide what's you and what's someone else trying to get out, kind of thing.
Or somebody else trying to lean on me to try and help, but might not be at the most appropriate moment because they don't know you as well as I know you, and they think it's a good time to do it now, and before we all know it,
Right.
I do something stupid, and...
So if your mum starts talking to us, we'd be very concerned.
Yeah, let's go with that. That works well.
I just before we go, well, I'm just gonna, and I just hold Farewell's face, and I'm just like, "Hello, everyone in there. I'm Cora, and just give. How do you know? You haven't had this happen before? No. Hi. I just want to say hi.
This
I'm
is
Cora.
how the toddlers used to talk to adults in the caravan. They used to believe that the only way that you could tell a secret to somebody is to whisper it into their mouths. How weird this feels right now.
Okay. Fair enough. I tried. Hi, Mama. Farewell,
Cora,
and
give
all
me
the
a
others in there.
Cora, give me an insight check, and only you can do it.
Simon sounds very sad.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try this dice because I don't trust any of mine.
Technically, you automatically get guidance because you have the guidance coin.
Oh,
So it's like a
yeah, that's
D4 to
true.
it.
The Raven
D4.
Queen is guiding you towards whatever.
Yeah,
this
you
is.
get guidance even when Farewell, because normally the way I word it is that if you're clearly doing something and Farewell goes, "Oh, I'll guide that," no problem at all. If it's something in your head that he clearly can't know what you're doing, you can't guide
I
it.
can't.
So.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
14.
14.
For insight, yeah? Insight.
You got to feel like somebody's looking at you and not any of the party.
Yeah.
Ah.
And I just do this to Farewell. Sorry,
well.
that
I
wasn't
am
to
not
you.
sure what-
That was to... Don't worry.
Farewell, you feel ashamed.
Oh no.
You don't know why.
Oh no.
That's...
it's a Tuesday. It happens.
We just literally, we literally
on.
just woken up. I've literally just had breakfast, and I can already feel a migraine coming in. So can we
Yeah,
please move
it's
on and
gonna
do whatever
be
the fuck we were supposed to be doing today?
That would probably be a wise decision of us.
Yeah. Let's go and be productive, constructive members of this city. And
Yes, let's.
We need to go to Renata's manor, take a look at the things we covered from yesterday, and you need to talk to her about things. So let's start there. We've all had breakfast, and I've seen Cora sneak down enough food into her bag of holding to last her until lunch.
At least to lunch, just.
Just.
One more bit of
So,
bacon goes in.
Which place did we want to go to? Did we want to go and pay the Risali a visit? Did we want to go to Nabold Baban and
Cliff,
Mine?
sweetie,
What
why
does-
don't you
what does
go
your
and talk
heart
to your
Tell you.
associates about the last one while we go and check on things and get Farewell up to date?
I mean, what else? I mean, that's a really good idea. I really like that. But which one sings to you the most, Eclipse?
If possible, I would really like to visit somewhere with books, considering that I won't be able to go to the Dusk Hole until later today.
History books or the things we recovered from yesterday? Because I'm pretty sure Eclipse will be going to where there is history books, and the rest of us will
I mean,
go
I
to the
guess
manor
history-
with Arcane.
I mean, I guess history will help, but I rather like I want to investigate something regarding the arcane.
Then I believe Renata's manor will be it. Eclipse?
Yes.
Which one did you want to go to so we can start preparing?
You get to choose a
Uh,
destination today. Yay.
We
I get
promised
to-
we would look at that next for you. It seems a bit cruel, even with everything that's going on, to sort of go, nah, that can wait.
So we have.
Plus, I need to
Do
think.
we want to do abandoned Waterford, all abandoned mine? Like, how up are we feeling to infiltrating like evil caster tower, or do we want to do that in a bit later?
Eclipse, if
so-
they're evil, we might as well just melt them to the ground while keeping everything else safe. So,
I didn't.
I don't
with,
care which one we go to, because
Such a glory answer to that question.
Yeah, so
I don't care, I'm melting
literally
my
by
way
this
through.
point, with everything that has happened, he's going to grab a knife, give himself a little slit on the thumb to activate Crimson Rite of the Cold, and instead of using it, he's gonna take the enchanted knife that's now made it so it's sub-zero temperature, and he's gonna hold it to his head because oh Jesus Christ, his head hurts. Just
You do
I'm still
realize
gonna
when
roll.
it's that cold that'll
mean,
stick to your head.
I'm
That's-
still gonna roll for damage, by the way, because fuck it. But
why not?
Mainly because
Why
you've now
not?
got like if it's like ice cold like knife, it's probably bonded to your forehead.
I mean,
It's stuck on your
the thing is like a detail that I think a lot of us forget is that Aiden is always cold all the time,
Yeah,
regardless.
that's
So-
true. That's true.
So
yeah.
so he's just gonna hold it near his head because it's like my head hurts.
My head hurts.
Well, which one's
This
closest,
morning.
Simon?
You can teleport. They're all the same distance.
Yeah, I was about to say they're all.
We
it's
can
all
fast travel for once.
dimensions.
Thank God.
Yes,
Well-
I have advanced fast travel. Please, just pick a place
Okay, let's
so
go
we
for.
know what to prepare.
Let's go for the abandoned Waterford then, because that's the next one on the list. So,
By the way,
Okay.
it's
Cool.
something Aiden is gonna tell Farewell, just as a passing comment before they leave, is Farewell.
Mm-hmm.
You might be learning how to control the primordial force of time, but I still feel you're probably one of the dumbest, smartest persons I've ever met.
You're not wrong, and
Or you're the
Ju-
smartest, dumbest person I've ever met. I don't know, but it's one of the two. He's not saying this with any malice, by the way.
No.
This is-
and you're probably not wrong, and I'm not sure where I stand on the spectrum. And if it all goes tits up, and I pull out the book that Renata gave me that started this whole journey,
Whew, this whole
this whole like
experience.
experience, I'm like, take it to the Dusk Hold, destroy it, whatever, but just don't leave it on my body. I don't care what you do with the rest of me, just not them, not anybody else,
I will bear that in mind.
but you.
Okay. That was the last
Cost
thing.
to
I wanted
anybody else, just. You and I both know what this will do. Not
So
everybody
you
will use
have
it.
no idea. Some incidents happen.
Yeah, imagine a cat that can turn back time.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yes, don't let Eclipse. Learn the thing.
Head feeling better?
It should feel better by later today. I'm just still holding the fucking knife up to his head.
Well, think about it this way. I just figure out how we're going to do a miracle. Cora makes a life-changing decision about which court she belongs to.
La la
or
la la la.
that she will
Fingers in
become
the
part of
inside.
both courts. I'm
I like
assuming
the
that
idea that
Aiden and Farewell are just sort of walking
No, yeah, but
together.
I still like the idea that she's just screaming, I can't fucking hear you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Glory is going to turn into a dragon.
Oh, that's a
at
fun
some stage.
prospect.
I mean, that's
Oh, that's a
gonna,
fun idea.
Do you know what? I hope I live long enough just to see the look on
I'm
people's
definitely not
faces when she shows up and she's like in full dragon form. That
I'm
just
definitely not gonna have nightmares about that tonight. No, sorry.
yeah, and then Eclipse is going to become like the famous
Archeolo cat?
explorer. Yeah, I like that. That's really good.
Alright.
And and then we've got potentially a elder fiend to kill again because that's trying to push their way through. I mean, it's not a small shopping list of things to do, is
You
it?
know, I really wish devils would stay in hell. That would be nice.
Yeah. My concern is that we're gonna have to witch queen this, and we're all gonna end up in like Dis or somewhere like that. And,
Oh, fun.
Disorder.
yeah,
After you.
well, that's very kind of you. I need to find clean clothes. I smell so bad. And I go shower and get ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where are each of you going?
Think we're collectively heading to Renata's place to look at
Yeah.
things.
Okay. You get let into the reading room, and one of the guards says, would you like Renata to join you?
Only if she wants to.
I'll extend
She
the
has
invite.
been having to deal with our bullshit for quite a bit. Don't blame her if she just doesn't want to see us for at least a day.
I'll extend the invite. And the guard leaves. There's plenty of guards left. They're mostly at the doors and the windows, a couple on the roof. And you're left to a treasure trove, literally.
Yeah.
The Dark Orichalcum is not here. But a small fortune of pure Orichalcum is. Looking at it, 6 figures of gold
Oh, dang.
easily. Glory, you're probably the person who is least intimidated by this. You've got a ballpark figure, just adding it all up, somewhere in the region of about 140,000 golds worth of Orichalcum here.
Yeah,
I
the rest
didn't
of you are looking at this and being like, this is much money. And then Glory says that figure out loud.
Yeah.
No, Aiden
Rich?
literally to himself, he's muttering, "Oh, with that kind of money, we could get central heating back to the Dust Cult. Oh, that would be nice." Just heating, just like we can get the heating working again. Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah, fuck repairing the walls or fixing the battlements. All I want is the central heating working.
And
How
that's
expensive would your central heating be if it costs you like 100 grand?
I mean, considering that it's on another dimension.
Extra dimensional central heating.
Yes. I've heard weirder things done with magic.
And that's just the Orichalcum. You haven't even begun to look through the artifacts. There's a whole room. This is basically a large house. Well, a large, what you previously thought of as a large house. It's certainly not a mansion. It's a large townhouse that's just been gutted out. And one room is just chock full of artifacts. You can see oil burners. You can see mirrors that have been placed between two plates of wood and then screwed shut. You can see cases that are full of bottles, and the bottles are full of stuff. You can see more than a few knives, not nice looking ones either. There's a couple of staffs. There's but this is not even including the books. There are jars and urns, and you can see that there's in one corner just a ton of clothing. What seems to just be clothing just all rolled up, higgledy-piggledy, and thrown into a corner. You can see that there seem to be prayer mats.
What seemed to be.
Sorry, I'm stuffing.
No, it happens.
It happens.
And problem is pointing it out makes it worse. There are bolts of cloth that appear to be ritual components, whether you hang them as pennants or roll them along the floor. Definitely some sort of arcane implement level tool. And then there's just small crates and barrels that seem to be full of different things. In fact, as you're looking, you're like, oh, that's a barrel of black powder. And there is a barrel about yay high of black powder.
Well, we should sort out anything that we could potentially trade that wouldn't be destructive to the general population.
So not the black powder. I'm just gonna be.
Well, a lot of people use this black powder. That's fine to sell. I'm talking about magical reagents that would be used for a blood sacrifice or similar.
Yeah, some of those knives look like they were absolutely meant for that sort of like not very nice rituals.
I mean, I'm sure Renata is already doing this, but is this all our loot, or is it?
Yes, this is ours from yesterday's raid.
Yes, but I was like, does this belong to us? I thought it belonged to the Green Organization.
And guess what organization
her when
belonged
it's
to?
Our mission.
Because she was the one that brought it back. It was all the organ. Like, we didn't take any of this. It
Eclipse,
No,
you
it was
were a bounty
Aiden's
hunter,
friend.
and you have sticky paws, for lack of a better term. I don't know why you're complaining.
I'm not complaining. I just don't want to steal from the boss.
I'm pretty sure she would have made notes of every single thing.
Yeah,
Sorry?
I'm pretty sure we're okay.
Yeah,
We have had it confirmed that this belongs to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It does belong to us. Okay.
Collectively, to you.
Yeah.
I mean, she would also have made notes of everything, and if she's like, wait, that wasn't for you, give it back, we would so. I don't think
she will probably put a post-it note on the ones that she doesn't want taken away for either our safety or her safety. That just says no. So
Ordinarily, I've got in my notes here, Farewell makes a perception check. But that was written a very, very, very long time ago. I know your perception score. You passed the perception check. Suddenly you look at a small chalice. It's a small pewter chalice, kind of like maybe a raised dessert bowl in size. And immediately you know that this is a cup bearer's sigil. It's not a cup, well, it is a cup, but the cup bearer's sigil is a magical item that allows you to call a servant.
Ooh.
They are not the smartest usually, but they're useful.
Unseen servant, or would it be like
a more advanced servant? It's a form of summoning.
Oh.
So similar to like my celestial ally.
You don't. It's normally the thing that gets summoned. Normally has no more or less power than an average human being.
Useful. I pick up that, explain it to everybody. Anybody want?
A
Fuck it,
servant
why
on
not?
the road would be good.
I throw the chalice over
That way
to
you don't have to make
Aiden.
dinner anymore. We can have a
Gotcha.
proper one
I
do
like
it.
cooking.
By the
Yeah,
But
way,
it's
cooking's
fine.
fine.
Your cooking is great. I'm just saying that it's a servant's job.
No, it's very relaxing. It helps you.
let me see if
center.
I got any left.
Card.
Yeah.
We need to go to the
Actually,
printers.
You know what? Hold on.
No,
I just
I
hold-
think
I
we
hold out my hand and I'm
categorically
like,
should not get this.
Give them back.
So
You're clearly not reading them. So they're gonna have to-
Okay. By the way, sorry, I know we're just in the middle of role playing, but should we take a 10-minute break?
Yeah, by all means. We will see you guys in 10 minutes' time.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not ready. But yeah. Cool. Bye.
What now?
Yay! What's up, guys? We're back.
So is it happening?
Are we
Is it
back?
happening?
Oh, right, we're back. Oh,
Oh,
right.
what?
Hi.
That
Welcome
was
back,
a
everybody.
nice break. I stuffed myself with even more muffins. I should not eat this many muffins in one day, but I
No.
baked. I deserve it.
Oh, if you bake
That's
them
true.
though, they're much better when they're freshly baked. So
I
what
know.
can you do? You know, it
They're
has to be.
freshly
Yeah.
breaded.
Effectively, if you don't eat them, you're ruining them, really.
I mean,
you know, when you
yeah.
think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And I have to keep eating them because otherwise my dad will, and he's diabetic.
Oh, well,
Oh,
there
you
you go.
do
You're
it, yeah,
saving
you
your
gotta-
dad's life.
absolutely,
Saving
it's
his
so
life.
important.
Yeah.
Literally.
There we go. See? Yeah. See?
What a noble
When,
sacrifice.
when you think about it, you know, you're the good guy. Right. When we left off, you guys had started looking through a huge collection of items from the vault of the Witch Queen.
Yeah.
And you had found a chalice of the cupbearer, was a sigil of the cupbearer, which is in itself a cup.
Mhm.
It is an item that summons. Farewell's pretty certain that it summons a construct, but a very intelligent construct.
The question is, will the construct be loyal to us because we have the cup now, or to its former master?
Farewell knows that when you summon it, it is loyal to the one who summoned it. To the point
Okay,
where if you
that's
pass it to
useful.
someone else and they summon it instead, it's absolutely unerringly loyal to them. Cannot act against them in any way.
Hmm.
Farewell, you're not entirely sure how you know this.
You know what? It's not the weirdest thing that's happened this week. We'll just work on that basis.
It isn't the weirdest thing that's happened this morning. So yeah,
Farewell is
yeah.
literally
Mhm.
going like, you know, like adult life is already so fucking weird that you just think this might as well happen.
Yeah. It's like, I can, you know what? That's how it works. I don't know why I know. And at this point, I am beyond questioning.
I don't care.
It's not that I don't care, because I do care. I care deeply. I'm just beyond questioning at the moment. There is a lot going on right now.
It's at that point that you spot a set of Orcus prayer beads.
Oh,
Orcus prayer beads.
Literally
Okay.
prayer beads that allow you to do a ritual to consort with Orcus, the god of undeath. Oh, well, actually,
Glory.
the archdemon of undeath.
I
I
take
think
like
we're all in
a
agreement.
stick and like I pick them out on the end of the stick and I put them in a corner and I'm like, Glory, if you would be ever so kind as to melt that from existence.
you know what? Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I was getting bored. Might as well.
This is not a magical item. It's an attuned ritual component, and yeah, a sudden splash of acid and a sudden fizzing of both the skirting board and prayer beads. To be fair, the prayer beads fall apart, and
It's incredible how my anxiety both spiked and then went down in the span of like 2 seconds.
Tell you what,
effigy of Orcus, this carved, scowling, almost like a horse's skull with large horns, was made out of some sort of, you're not quite sure, carved bone or something. Either way, you watch this bone fizzle into nothing.
That's a nice dopamine hit. That's just, it's one of those moments when you're just like...
A smiting in the morning.
That's good.
mean,
That's good
yeah,
juju.
it feels-
That's good karma you're putting out into the world, and nothing says happy like shitting on Orcus. So,
Yep.
but seriously, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You're pretty
Okay.
sure that bowl over there is used for cutting the throats of living creatures, spilling their blood into the bowl, and drinking it and
goddammit.
taking their power.
Okay,
You suddenly
I'm
remember the
immediately-
last owner of many of these artifacts.
I'm just like,
Right.
God damn it.
Right. You know what? I'm literally going to. I mean,
Why don't we
literally-
make a pile for the things that need to
Yeah,
melt?
and maybe melt them outside where you're not going to
literally
destroy
like
most of the
dividing two
furniture in
things
the
pile
room.
of like
I'm just
Evil,
throwing them into the,
not
the
evil.
pile of like acid because it's still, there'll be still some like, residual acidity there that will continue working for a bit. So I'm just like, whilst they're talking about like piling it up, I'm just literally going, and in the corner, and in the corner.
Yeah.
And in
The
the corner.
Garandari
Okay, this
Blood
is-
Bowl, you must admit that's something that you're like, yep, I definitely didn't know what a Garandari Blood Bowl was, but
Now I do.
this is if you kill any creature that is of alignment good, good or neutral, if you kill them and pour the blood into this bowl and then drink it, your strength score is 2 higher. It literally increases your strength by 2 points for the next 24 hours.
At the cost of a
To the pile it
neutral
goes.
or a good person. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Must be a humanoid that gets
Mm.
killed.
Uh,
Can't just find a good chicken.
there's a point where Aiden just looks at something and is like, okay, this is not evil or heretical, but as far as I'm concerned, it should fucking be. And tosses into the pot.
Yeah. It's at that point that you find a knife of agony as well. You're like, in the pile.
In the pile it goes.
Well,
Yeah.
It's like
Every
we're
time you
sorting
use a
through
knife of
laundry.
agony, you have to do a save against getting your alignment moved to evil.
Ooh. Yeah, I
Literally a
just
torture
realized this
device.
is like, I just realized this is literally just us like sorting through laundry.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Witch Queen's laundry to be exact.
Basically, yeah. Like she's dead now, so we have to take care of this. God damn it.
So the orichalcum glory, do you need it or can we sell it?
It is incredibly powerful, and I can do some amazing things with it if we keep it. Such as infusing it into armor to make sure that there will always have extra spells he can throw out, amplify his magic perhaps. You know, the usual things.
So how long would that take? Would it take years? Because in that case, I vote selling and buying finished items.
Months, maybe? It depends on how
I've-
much time I have.
Yeah, and that is months of constant work. I vote selling and buying better items because as much as I love
Yeah,
your
but the thing
enchanting-
is, when you sell, especially things of this grade, you will never earn as much as the items cost because the labor going into the items outweigh the cost of the raw materials.
Well, no.
I'm literally staring at Gloria as she says that.
I mean, this is the most normal thing that you've heard from Glory in a
I
very
know, and
long
that's just
time.
what. No, I know, and that's what is like sending me out of it. I'm not
Yeah.
used to this.
You're hearing a master artisan here.
Though, to be fair, Eclipse knows the cost of the magical items. They are not as pricey as these things. They usually cost less than how
Yes,
much
because
money.
these are raw materials that if you mess up, that's it.
Yeah.
However, if something gets successfully made from them, from these raw materials, you could make things that are easily 100 to 1,000 times the value of the raw material.
Yeah.
A successfully made orichalcum staff, for example, would basically be able to give you advantage on every spell casting roll that you use using that staff.
Yeah.
Too bad we.
I'm not speaking about getting orichalcum stuff. I'm talking like still powerful items, but nowhere near the things that they orichalcum. So
Yes,
like,
but
stuff like
consider number go up.
HP stuff.
Yeah, it could be that Glory decides to take her share in the raw orichalcum.
It's only normal orichalcum. There's no more dark orichalcum. Right?
We have dark.
Oh, you've got dark orichalcum.
Okay.
Well, very specifically, it's not in this building. Renata has the dark orichalcum because that stuff even scares her.
Yeah, we are not
fair.
allowed to touch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
it's like,
messing with.
I'll take the weapons grade uranium. You guys play with the rest.
I'll take the weapons grade uranium.
It's basically what it is.
Yes, we do not let Glory touch it.
I wasn't planning on touching it or even working with it, because the repercussions of working with Dark Orichalcum could be you yourself losing your magic if you mess up.
That could be useful.
There is a way that probably only Glory will know that you can impale somebody on dark orichalcum spikes for prolonged periods of time, and it will literally drain levels in the caster of your choice.
Yeah, I'm not telling them that. They don't need to know that I know that.
Yeah, literally, I'm only Glory would know this, but if Frania wanted to literally shed the levels off someone, he would pretty much just nail them to a wall with dark orichalcum and just leave them there, keeping them alive until every piece of magical channeling is gone. So, yeah. Needless to say, Renata's not letting you have that.
Yeah.
But Eclipse, if you are so inclined to sell, we can divide it up and you can take your share for that. I, for one, am keeping some of it because I want to try and create better focuses.
I mean, yeah, we could sell some of it and keep some of it. I was thinking to having some cash to buy other things might be
Eclipse, we have several thousand gold.
It would be 28,000 gold each worth of orichalcum if you split it.
Yeah.
Hot showers. I just thought.
Eclipse, we have spending money. That's why we created the
I still don't have
company,
enough
remember?
money for an invisibility cloak.
You don't.
Is
you-
it
We
viable
do have
though,
enough
or
money
is it
for an
more-
invisibility
One.
cloak.
You
The issue is
effectively
you're
are
trying
an
to get
invisibility
one.
cloak.
Yeah. Like,
you just-
why do you even
hit
need one? We
30
can't see you most of the
reliable.
time.
You said 14 hours ago you did not need one, that you were a walking
But I want
invisibility
one.
cloak.
You s-
The
you
most
were trying to
sexy
get
thing
one
ever
by
said.
being worthy.
But I
That's
haven't
the
got
end
one, and I
Never
want
met.
one.
Just like, we'll get you one. No, I don't need one. I'm already invisible. Okay, well, that's fine. No, now I want one. Pick one. Pick a lane.
Pick a lane and stick with it.
At which point, Eowyn on Cora's shoulder goes, "He's never had a cat, has he?
I want to go inside. No, I want to stay
I'm on the
inside.
wrong side of every door." Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
all I
I
can
would've got
remember
outside.
are
I don't wanna go
your
outside.
cats, Corinne. They would go out in the middle of the winter, touch the snow, and then come back again.
Yep.
And
They
we
were
had to open the doors for them every single time.
yes. They were like, I go outside, I come back in. I go.
I have 2 cats.
5 minutes later, I go outside, I go back in.
One day I need to make a dungeon with 2 entrances. So Eclipse goes in the one entrance and goes, it's dangerous in there, and then goes in the other entrance to see if it's any better. Um, if you don't know
I
what I'm
have
on
2
about,
cats.
you've never had a cat.
I have 2 cats. They're both the most unpleasable motherfuckers I've ever met in my life.
But that's part of the charm. So
Yes.
yeah, these artifacts, there are some of note. One of them is one of the many cabinets of, well, actually 2 of the many cabinets of bottles and jars and things like that. 2 of them in particular, both look incredibly well made, seem to have not a scratch on them, and they seem to be a twin set.
Oh, I want to investigate that because I think I know what it is.
Are you opening the left-hand one or the right-hand one?
Left hand one, but I will
There's
like
2 of them. They're kind of round with
Yeah.
brass fixtures
I
and
want to,
what looks
like,
to be walnut doors.
actually like
and they're
check
like 2
the
columns.
how they look, like if there's any runes on them. Double check with the eye the type of enchantment.
Both clearly magical and conjuration.
Conjuration. Okay. Yeah, I will try and figure out what these are because that's interesting if it is what I think it is.
So yeah, these are 2 columns basically. They freestanding columns around about up to your ribs high, with 2 semicircular door. Well, hemicircular, quarter circular doors that you open up, and then you can get to the rest of the cabinet. You said you opened in the left one.
Mhm.
You open the left one, and inside seems to be a number of beverages.
Interesting.
You can see like iced green tea, wines, juices, all the things that would be medieval fare. You can see a number of bottles of dark ale, dwarven ale, elven wine. There's like a halfling cider in there as well. Looks good stuff.
Yeah. At least you like the nicer stuff in drinks.
Simon,
None of it's covered in dust as well. It's really good stuff.
Interesting. Preserving, perhaps?
Yes, Rodrigo.
I want to fucking Scrooge McDuck dive into the horde now. I want to look through the horde, and I want to find if there's anything here that could give me a leg up. I imagine the Witch Queen, as legendary as she is, she's probably taken quite a few undead hunters down. Maybe kept some of their stuff for themselves. So I want to see if I can find anything that will give me a leg up.
Yeah, sure. Give me an investigate check.
Okay, I'm gonna roll normal. So 13.
13. Okay. You find a good number of +1 swords and axes and hammers. There's let's take a look.
Oh no, Scorm, that's horrible. What a way to torture players. I love it.
Mhm. Okay. You find some spiked armor that seems to be made out of a chitinous substance. You can see a strange looking short glaive. You've seen it somewhere before. Not entirely sure where you might have seen it. You'd have to pass a history check or maybe ask the others.
I mean, I can do that right now if you want. I
Sure.
don't mind. Does I feel bad asking, but does it trigger Hunter's Bane? Otherwise, I'm just gonna roll normally. I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna use this
no,
one.
not for this one. Not for this
No,
one.
that's fair. History. That's gonna be. Why am I rolling so low? That's going to be 9.
9. Not quite sure you've seen it before, but it's a very strange short glaive. Kind of a leaf-shaped blade, and then the stock is probably about a foot, maybe a foot and a half long, whereas the average glaive is normally around about 3 foot of stock and then about a foot or so of blade.
Mom always liked the heavier stuff, but
You
I just toss
also
it back to thee.
you also see a strange great flail, 3 heads, a dragon, a hawk, and a ram atop it on separate chains. It looks incredibly, incredibly heavy.
Oh, with my fucking -1 strength, there's no way I'm picking it up. But I'm.
You can pick it up.
Okay,
You
that's
just don't think you'd be able to wield it that well.
No.
I sort of reach over and just sort of take it really just quite easily and just rest it against my shoulder.
It's a good weight. It's a good weight. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'd never use it. Sorry, it's not my thing. But
That's
you
fine.
look uncomfortable.
no, it's fine. Not my thing, anyways. Well, that was
Maybe a
surprisingly
half-orcish
disappointing.
friend of ours might want it. We
I
do need
agree.
to say sorry for kind of letting her think we were all dead.
That's
you know
true.
how emotional she gets.
It's completely fine.
Actually, Hermit, give me a D6. On a 6, Hester's one of the guards.
Isn't she a
So-
dragonborn?
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, sorry, Dragonborn. I don't know why I said half-orc. My brain is all over the shop.
All good.
I'm glad you remembered.
So yeah,
Weapons
Don't
3
ask me.
heads,
are always
dragon,
good.
hawk, and ram.
Weapons are usually good bribes.
No, Hester's not here.
Later then.
Well, that was
Anyways,
surprisingly disappointing.
I want to try and close the cabinet and then open it again to see if the stuff is still there.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay, interesting. I open the other one. What's in there?
You feel like you've hit the mother lode. In here, there is potions of water breathing, potions of minor healing, potions of we got potion of minor potions of healing, potions of climbing, potions of swimming, potion of water breathing, potion of water walking. There's a potion that
She sure didn't like water.
Potion that is actually just a very small bottle that's designed to break. It's like a small flask that you throw. That says flask of fog cloud. Yeah, these seem to be bottled potions and a few spells as well.
Fascinating. And the cabinet has to keep them fresh. It doesn't make sense why they would look so perfectly preserved otherwise. I still want to see if I can find any runes or similar on the inside of cabinets.
No.
No? And there wasn't any on the outside.
No, but when you looked at it with your onyx, you did see that this thing, if you can imagine a circle, but the circle has like 4 pillars.
Yeah.
And the front doors pivot on the front set of pillars. The pillars seem to be more magical than the wood, although the magic did go as far as the wood.
Interesting. Yeah, that's gonna need more proper analyzing. I don't want to disassemble them to check the pillars, though. If only I had the identify spell.
You also can see that there's not just liquids here, there's a couple of powders as well, again in bottles. You're pretty sure that there's
Organized.
2 packets of dust of dryness.
I suppose these could come in handy. Otherwise, they fetch a good price, especially the healing stuff. Even water breathing. Do we might need to keep that depending on what stuff we run into?
It's better to have it than not need it.
Yes, I would say we can look into selling off some of this after the architect has been dealt with. Until then, they seem too useful to keep. To not
Wouldn't
keep.
that be the? There you go.
Yeah. English is hard, and so is common.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Mm.
Farewell. Common is my third language, please. I try.
It's all good.
Okay.
Can I look around and see if I find anything else useful around here?
There seems to be a low-level magical aura on the whole pile.
Expected.
Give me an investigate check, because the Arcana check is kind of easy because you're like, that's magical, that's not magical, that's magical. I want you. This is more of a rummage check.
Oh, yeah.
A rummage check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible roll. That's a 9. I rolled a 7.
9. You pick up a small carved bone statuette that seems to that's carved in the shape of a wolf. It seems to be a charm that stops wolves attacking you. It means that unless you attack a wolf will not attack you.
Oh, that's
Not gonna
kind
lie.
of cute.
I don't want
Very
to sound
specific.
ungrateful, but I was genuinely expecting something more useful in the Horde of the Witch Queen other than stuff that repels wolves. I say that in
Oh,
character, by
yes,
the way.
obviously.
You're pretty
Then
sure
again-
that this is loot from raiding. A lot of this is loot from raiding. Apart from the dark shit, which you're pretty sure is stuff that she's picked up from just being.
The Witch
Mm.
Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you haven't gone anywhere near the books yet, which are in a different room.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
where
I-
I was
that's
gonna
what I'm-
go next. Once
I was gonna
done
say,
with
Aiden,
potions
after
and
not
stuff.
finding anything really useful, he's gonna go, well, I'll let you spellcasters have your fun. I'm going to go check the books.
Okay. So you go into the books, and immediately, Aiden, you spot about 7 or 8 very much banned tomes that you should buy, right, commandeer, and put in the dust cold. These are like major bad juju. We're talking about most of them will go into the defamation of the soul section of the library that you visited. There's a lot of basic necromantic tomes that, in all fairness, most people would probably gain access to, but most universities.
Oh, look
stop
at that,
average
Necromancy
people
for
going.
Dummies.
Yeah, and effectively there's some of those, but there's some nasty titles there as well, which you know. But there is a lot of history books as well. And give me an investigation check, but give me it with the advantage.
Oh, thank God. Please let me roll something above 2 digits. And I did. Investigation, you said, right?
Yeah.
21.
Okay. So you do notice that there are some books regarding the aspect of the soul. Put those into one pile, and that's pretty much Farewell's part. There is biomancy, aspects of the form, and biomancers are a type of wizard. They're about the only wizard that can do things to change the body and manipulate the body. They can even do a low-level healing. They're not as good as any of the clerics and things like that, but they can heal a small amount. They can do things like healing word. And yeah, that one just catches your eye, and you put it onto the Farewell pile. It's at the point where you see in a large leather-bound tome that says "The Lost Kingdom." Theories
that
upon
sounds
the
fun.
disappearance of Jordan.
I feel like I didn't just looks at the defamation of the evil books, then looks at this one and says, why do I get the feeling this one's infinitely more dangerous than the ones that tell you how to violate someone else's soul?
Does it have the D word written on it?
Does he have it?
As in,
D-word?
it's got, Juridan.
Yeah.
Jordan starts
J.
with a J.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah,
Oh
Jordan.
yeah, sorry.
Jhordan.
Yeah.
It says it says theories upon the disappearance of Jordan.
It's the J word.
The things I do for love, and I put it on the pile of like, I'll take this to the clips.
Oh,
Sure.
you love me.
You notice there's a
I will
large
never
amount of
admit it
parchment.
publicly, but yes.
Aw.
There is a large amount of parchment that's been put in between all of the individual books, kind of the equivalent of post-it notes. So, yeah, apart from a few interesting things that seem to have turned up, any research you guys would like to do? This is where you get to...
A few things. 2 things for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hijacked the thing. Yeah.
No,
Um,
go.
Go for it.
One, again, something that will give me a leg up because it does feel like it's dragging behind in usefulness for the party. So something that will give him a leg up in like the coming days ahead. And 2, something related to what we talked in the break. I'm not gonna say what it is just yet. I wanted to keep that as a surprise.
Okay. There's a lot on that subject. In fact, some of the banned books that you are definitely taking back to the Duskhold will pretty much allow you to pave that path if Farewell agrees to it. I'm not going to be more cryptic because we've got people watching this. But so yeah, some of your theories. This is a good library, man. I mean, this is just some stuff that I've mentioned. It has books on pretty much everything. Druids, sorcerers, warlocks of many types, a lot of spells and various other bits. Yeah, there's some interesting things here. You do pick up some scrolls as well. You see a scroll that has a heading that says Arms of Hadar. Another one called Burning Hands. That one you probably have heard of before.
Yeah.
There's one that seems to be a slow scroll as well. And
If only I cared about magic, and I just put them on the pile.
and there's suddenly the Dance Macabre, but it's written by a blood hunter.
Do I recognize the name?
Yeah, not a member of your family. The name on it is Azure Chrysona. And
What are you doing here? I mean, I know what you're doing here, but still.
This is an Earth Genasi blood hunter.
Interesting.
In it, the blood hunter says that they were able to start utilizing the undead against itself, and mocks the spell Turn Undead and says, well, I did it better than most. I turned the undead upon themselves. And there seems to be a ritual there that allows you to prepare a kind of undead familiar. And what it works, the way that it works is the undead familiar can inhabit an undead, basically possessing it and taking control of it.
Interesting.
The level of the undead depends on how well you perform the ritual. And he boasts in the book that at one point he managed to actually possess a vampire and use it against the vampire lord.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
That is
Dangerous.
good shit.
No, we
Very dangerous.
Deeply dangerous.
This blood hunter was not evil, renownedly a good
No.
guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, but
Yes,
morally, it
do
has
not
morally
let's-
ambiguous written all over it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But
like
isn't
it's
that
not
kind
something
of
we
the
wanna-
Blood Hunter memo?
I mean, it's something we definitely want to keep Glory away from.
Oh, absolutely. This is going straight into
Uh,
the Duskhold.
No, Glory can read it till she's blue in the face and will never be able to cast this.
Okay.
Ooh.
I also don't really care.
This is a blood
I
hunter
don't
ritual.
care about the like turning the dead. Like that's so passé.
This is a blood hunter ritual. And the more you read into it, the more you understand, Rodrigo. This actually recruits a member of the Restless Dead to be able to inhabit another undead, control it for a short period of time, and then go on to the cascade. It allows an undead to pass on by performing a service of contrition. This is good necromancy.
Interesting.
Technically, you've seen Farewell do a lot of good necromancy.
Yeah.
It's kind of his bag.
True.
However,
But also necromancy is very passe. So last century.
Fair enough.
However, the level of the undead that you want to possess, you have to end up using that number of hit dice. So you want to use take a level 6 undead. You've got to use up 6 points of hit, 6 hit dice. Expend 6 dice.
All right, noted. I'll give it a read maybe later.
Okay. I'll send you the TLDR of it, Rodrigo, how to use it mechanically.
Yeah.
Okay. You do also see, that there's a good amount that you think will be useful to Farewell. There's clearly the book on Jordan. There's a ton of stuff here.
I fucking wonder who would that be useful for.
And a ton of this stuff here Glory would like. In many terms, this is an Arcanist's library. It allows you to look at many things. It basically enables you to do research.
Yeah.
On a number of subjects.
Honestly, Glory, once Glory has like sorted out helped sort the artifacts into sell, keep, will probably need to use as they are consumables, etc. The library is hers. Like, she wants to look at and sort out the books. Like,
what do you mean yours, bitch? Ours. Aiden does a lot of reading and research as well. You're gonna fucking share this whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And technically speaking, you have a way of bringing it with you.
Oh yeah.
Because you have effectively a Morden Canaan's mansion strapped to one of your characters.
Wow.
But yeah, like looking through those, I want to check out if there. You said there was all kinds of subjects, right? I'd like to look up like enchanting. I want to see if I can find what books she used and perhaps find some of her notes on the demiplane. Because while we were there, I managed to copy down the circle.
Give me an Arcana roll. Probably going to be one of many, but...
Yeah. We will be coming back to this. 13 plus 7 is a 20.
You're pretty sure that cobbling together her research, the whole powering it by soul shit is something that is too dodgy even for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
However, the
demiplane,
you could, however, go for the demiplane spell out of this, and that is not beyond your reach.
No, like the power source can be figured out. That's something else, obviously. But the fact that that's her life's work, so to say, is interesting from a Arcanist standpoint, because that means that is where she has figured out the most, and what the ground breaks she's done into that can be useful to make more better versions in the future that are not reliant on souls. Because once again, necromancy is passe. We've gone past that.
Other people would say evil, but sure, passe. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that you could probably build on the demiplane spell. Morden Canaan's effectively does that. In fact, out of it all, I mean, yes, you can make as many demiplanes as you want with the demiplane spell. You just can only open one per 8 level spell. But yeah, and Modern Canaans is a very specific demiplane. What you've got here is potentially the ability, again, if you can find a decent power source, to be able to put a demiplane in the void.
Because it is a fascinating prospect to be able to have a safe haven in a place where nothing exists. And such nothing.
Let's not necessarily go down this road, as remember what happened the last time.
Yeah. I'm not saying we have to put it there or use it, but I'm saying that it's a groundbreaking discovery in the arcane arts, and the way she manipulates space and in order to facilitate it can be used for other spells and abilities, like perfecting the enlargement of a area. The current way of doing it is quite magic intensive and requires so much residium that it is ludicrous for anyone that's basically not my family.
One note that you do find interesting, Glory, is that she does have effectively, can this be used as a weapon, question mark?
Of course, yes. Then again, weaponizing a space and time.
Oh boy.
No.
No.
It's a bad idea, but
It's not-
it is something that can be good to know because of the architect and the
You
way
know-
that
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
he affects reality. Because if we can put him into a piece of reality where it doesn't, we can mess with it.
Farewell. As she says this, make me a religion check.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need less morally ambiguous party members. This is not
28.
sustainable.
28. Effectively, what Glory just said there, according to your understanding of the gods and what they can do, is pretty much what they did. They sealed him in a bubble, detached it from planes, and kicked it as hard as they could.
Yeet.
What I'm saying is that there clearly is a way with some tweaking in the power source in order to do it again from a mortal standpoint, where we hold the key and don't have to rely on shifty gods to do it again when they obviously aren't dealing with the problem.
I think you're onto something very good here, and something very useful. Don't get me wrong, but maybe we bench this one for now, purely because it's a little too close to home at the moment,
Of
and
course.
a little. Thank you. No, I appreciate that.
I'm just
It
saying
is a
that
very good
half
idea,
of the
though.
research is already done for us, and that's basically 500 years worth of it, at least.
By the way, by this point, I want to go back to Eclipse. And I'm gonna be like, can't believe I'm doing this. I absolutely fucking detest myself for doing this.
Here you go.
But here, and I give her the book on Jordan.
So, as you start demolishing this book, parchments start falling out. You read parts of it, and I dare say some of the other members of the party would pick up this book as well.
When I read the what's of interest to me is also the parchment that's fallen out as well. What's
Oh
that
yeah, that's
from?
what I'm saying. You read it, and I'm sure some of the others would pick up some of them as well, and read it. So this book, lots of theories on what happened. This is a scholar's book. It's large. It talks at very high arcane level, to the point where there's even bits that Eclipse doesn't understand, that Glory might understand. But the TLDR of it, although you did read it, is that they believe that there was an ultimate curse placed upon not just Jeredan, but the whole kingdom. When this infernal cataclysm happened, and the denizens of hell came up to the Golden City in an attack on the prime material plane, specifically on Juradan City. The act of this happening was enough that gods and greater divine power and a number of other powers, like there's the oath power of the Fae. You're not quite sure what it was, but reality works on all of this power combined. And when you take a look at it, they take a look at the treatise as a whole. The general consensus is that there was a curse that removed the entire city from reality. It's at that point where we get to the parchments. The Witch Queen was trying to see if she could do the same. She wanted to take a city, what would have been her city, and remove it from existence. It's clearly one of the options that she was going for with her big meta plan to try and get it so that she could separate a part of reality herself to be able to have as a life raft. I mean, imagine an entire city rather than a castle or a fortress like the Duskhold. Good night, Kevin. And she was clearly trying to see if she could replicate this and realized that she couldn't, that it was beyond her. And it was beyond her because of the nature of her soul and the fact that she didn't have any divinity. It took divinity to do this, to curse an entire city out of existence. Now, it's not to say that it would have removed the space. What it may have done is just removed it from ever existing in the first place. People could have walked past this city thousands of times. There could be a road that goes right through it. But because a city was never made there, they would never know that they are on the site of Juradan.
I mean, this is one of the theories that does sound the most likely of all we know.
It's only partially a chronomantic effect. Yes, it does erase something from time, but it's actually a divine mandate. It is something that God said, this is this. So
now, the god who said this, is his name Asmodeus?
You're not sure. And this is the point where it keeps using the word divinity. However, the word that it's using is a scholar's word, which means divinity, because common isn't exactly English. In this case, divinity covers both heavens, astral, and the hells, and also the abyss. It is the general sphere of divinity.
Well, what we know, because it is very tied to the hells, my initial thing is to think, well, it has to do with Asmodeus, because, well...
You thought Asmodeus threw his toys out of the car. A good theory. There's one last thing that you find, and that is that a curse of this type is tied in with greater divine law. Greater divine law states that there must be redemption in every curse and in every aspect of divinity. That nothing is completely beyond hope or damnation. So just as everything that is innocent can be made guilty, everything that is guilty may find innocence. And as such, it's not just a fairy tale thing of if you get the right mojo together and the right MacGuffin together, you can stop the curse. This is the nature of a greater curse. You can't just use the remove curse spell. There's a loophole. And if this, then the curse will be lifted. That is part of greater
is the
divinity.
path.
And the path appears to be the loophole. One who follows the path will by default, by following it, end the curse.
Well, I'm all my way. It's like, oh, this doesn't really reveal much new information, but it's because we kind of knew it had something to do with it being gone. And again, this is theories. Well, it kind of the divinity thing, which could have to do with Asmodeus. Like
Or
I
it
mean-
could not.
I mean, I ask our religion expert, which is Fowl. I go, "Do you think it's Asmodeus?" It sounds to me like because it's all been about devils so far. So
Whilst I am sure the great unwashed one, Lord of the Nine Hells, may ultimately claim some sort of victory, there's just not enough evidence to know which one of them. It could be any archdevil or fiend. that
well,
comes
it's
from
just
it. It might not necessarily
divinity, so it must be
him
someone
himself.
So I would assume it would be one of the big ones.
It could be, but by big ones, that could be like pit fiends and up. I mean, they're pretty.
It could even be
powerful
one of the
creatures.
gods, like the actual good ones. If they
Well-
saw enough reason in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's not
no,
unheard
'cause
of
The
gods
Day of
to
Reckoning, I
punish.
don't think it has to do anything with like That's why I'm thinking of Asmodeus is because the Day of Reckoning that we saw and stuff, we had like imps raining from the sky.
Yeah, but
Which
you got
to
to
me
remember there's
screams
more
That
than
was
Asmodeus.
because they
Asmodeus.
were
There's
rising
Bel.
up in order because
You
what was it? Karnatava didn't do what she was supposed to, and they rised up to basically try and consume as much as possible. And
Hey, check
that's
your
when it
Discord
got
for
shaky.
messages, please.
I
And
Right,
I
the rest of
mean-
you carry on.
Yeah. I mean, you're thinking very black and white, Eclipse.
it could. I mean, it could be.
No, I'm thinking of what we've
Mephistopheles,
seen.
It could be Glazer, Levestius, Belial, Mammon.
Bahamut. He's always
Dictator.
involved in things.
No, you see,
No, that's
Bahamut-
you showing bias.
That again, yeah. I'm with Eclipse here. That's your bias. The Platinum
I
Dragon
suppose.
doesn't usually do
Look,
these
I'm not
sorts
a
of
big
things.
fan of the deities either, but you are clearly fucking biased.
Yeah, I mean, out of all of them, the Platinum Dragon is probably the most kind of,
He's least likely to have anything to do with this.
yeah, very.
I suppose with the tabaxi thing, he would be less
I mean,
likely.
this sort of thing to me feels more like Mephistopheles than Asmodeus. There's a lot of.
Or maybe it's just the fucking architect again.
I mean, it could
You know
be.
what? It's a good default to fall back on. Might as well.
Yeah. If we
that
can't
happens, just
explain
blame
it with
it.
You guys are
anything else,
pretty
let's
sure that
blame
the
that guy.
architect was well, you've been told that the architect was put away in the Dawn War, which was way before
Way before all
Jordan.
this.
Yeah.
The one person you can guarantee is not involved in this is the architect.
Yeah, but we can still blame
Fuck it,
him
we can
for
still
now.
we can still blame it on them.
Pin it on him. That's
And
it. Yeah.
Eclipse,
Uh,
to be honest, many people mistake what Mephistopheles does for stuff that Asmodeus does. They're very.
He's Mephistopheles. I don't think he's a Dawn War god.
He's a demon.
He's a demon.
Isn't he one of
Mephistopheles
the-
He's
exists.
the
The
Lord.
cats from Cats, isn't he a jellicle cat?
Uh,
Mephistopheles.
boo! Two cats references in one day. It's good. Mephistopheles, Belial, all of that lot, they're around. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, he's the Lord of the Eighth Hells. He's Lord of No Mercy, or the
Yes.
Cold Lord. And he is as unpleasant as Asmodeus is, but Mephistopheles, in some ways, in my opinion, is far worse.
Well,
I'm
Asmodeus
almost
likes the rules. Mephistopheles
we can
follows
sit
the
around.
rules.
Yeah.
We can We can sit around here and speculate all day and all night, but I don't think we're gonna find out anything new unless we actually go looking for for new information. I think this is as much as we can get from here.
Oh yay! Oh yay!
Oh,
Oh yay!
This never
Oh
ends well.
yay!
What's this?
What the fuck is this now?
A town crier.
yeah.
Oh,
you're,
Open a
lovely.
window.
You're in a-
just
you're in a house. Town
Crack
crier
the
is
window.
going under the window. Oh yay! Hear this? Duke is to open new orphanage for orphans coming in from the sea. Says that it came to him in a flash from Alora saying that it should be so. Some of the rebuilt buildings from the great attack on Ostergald to be rebuilt, to be able to take these poor unfortunates in and add them to the people of our great city. Said to be a way to increase the diversity of people that are growing up in Ostergald. Oh yay! Oh yay!
Mental note: I am absolutely going to have one of my blood hunters look into this. I go to the others. Okay, prior experience tells me that orphanage is most likely going to be a place of horrible experimentation. Don't tell me how I know that, but I know that.
Well,
Oh
that
yay!
doesn't,
Oh
that
yay!
doesn't sound like
Do
the
you
Duke
want your
style.
clothes to last a lot longer? Well, you need to be getting yourself down to gatheralls. Gatheralls are the best.
Oh yeah.
You want to get yourself down to gatheralls. Gatheralls are the hardest wearing clothes that you will find. And it is not just for the rich, ladies and gentlemen. Not just for the rich. Gatheralls
If
in
you ever wanna
Emerald Street
break-
will cater to everybody. You want work clothes that isn't going to wear at the elbows? You want gatheralls.
Simon, I cast like prestidigitation to create like a very unpleasant odor just like emanate from like just the feet of this town crier. Because I'm like, fucking ads.
Bloody hell, man. Oh, what the hell is this?
Farewell, I was listening to that.
Remember,
Emerald
kids?
Street. Where's Emerald Street?
Emerald
Remember-
Street, you know, is it is the thoroughfare. It's the Oxford Street, if you know London. It's the Oxford Street of Ostergard. It is the place where all the best shops are.
Gotcha.
You just ask Kate, who lives in London, if she knows London or like close
Kate
to
lives in
London.
Cambridge.
I don't
There
live
you
in
go.
London.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yeah.
London. Ugh. You can just tell me Oxford Street, and I go, oh yeah, that hellhole that I hate walking down. It's like people, tat. Ugh.
That's a mood, though.
Yeah.
I
It is
mean,
the
yeah.
major road in it is the major road in Ostergard where all the best merchants are. And
Okay.
it pretty much bisects the city.
Right.
Yes.
Cora's,
At one
Cora's
end is
attention
the
is now
parade
on
square,
that
at
guy.
the other end is the Liberty Quarter.
Regardless.
I would
Listen.
an experiment on the orphans when
Okay,
they're so
that's-
I love
okay,
the fact that half the
indoctrinated.
players haven't got what just happened.
Okay.
They don't know
Okay.
anything.
So,
Wait,
Yeah.
is there something in chat I missed?
No.
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 regardless, how long has why is the Duke just out of nowhere making an orphanage? He's been
And
waging.
why
Also,
are we getting
why are there
orphans
orphans coming from the
across
sea?
The sea?
Exactly. Also, considering how many stupid, pointless wars he starts that clearly leave a lot of people orphaned, why wasn't there an orphanage already?
Well,
There are
Basically-
orphanages.
there probably are. Why is he starting fights,
Yeah, but not a
making
big- but
orphans,
no-
and then bringing those orphans to the city?
No,
Because
you know
that's
what?
kind of
Since we returned his son, I genuinely don't think he's been out warring.
No,
Regardless-
he really hasn't.
Regardless,
I've
I
had
don't
some of
trust
the
that.
girls keep track of the politics in the city, and he hasn't left.
fair enough. But
Very-
why are there suddenly orphans from the sea? We need to find that out.
That is
Regardless,
the
I don't
answer.
trust a single fucking word that comes out of his
It's
mouth.
just
and
refugees. That's what he means, refugees, not people from the literal sea.
Yeah, but where? Sure.
The
But
point
why is
being,
it a
I'm
thing?
probably gonna have.
Why is
some-
it coming from across the sea?
why
Yeah.
is it a thing now if it hasn't been before?
Yeah, where are
probably
they
gonna
coming
ask-
from is also an
Yeah,
important
exactly.
part.
Probably gonna have
There
someone.
might be spies and fakes
You
among
guys are reading
them.
way too much into this.
Are you guys gonna be here for a bit? Cause I wouldn't mind. I could do some new clothes, and I just
You
might
can
go.
change your clothes into whatever you want. At the drop of a hat.
I think there's a
You
bun
know
shop.
what?
There's a
Farewell.
bun shop.
Literally at a drop of a
Emerald.
hat.
You do not stop a lady from getting new clothes. Shopping is
There.
an essential part of life.
Yeah. Listen to Glory. Cool.
No.
Fine,
That's
fine,
the only
no,
time you've ever
fine,
said that.
Fine.
I'll be back. I'm actually gonna go
learn
to the
some new
window.
spells. If you want to go shopping, that's fine. Just do me
What
one
time is
favor.
it?
Figure out.
In game, it's you've probably ferreted around for a few hours. You spent some time this morning. It's coming up to about midday.
Figure out
Motherfucker.
what's going on with the orphans and where they're coming from, and kindly let me know. Okay.
I'll do my best,
I'll
and I'm
be
gonna
back in a
just
few
jump out the
hours.
window onto the Pegasus.
Oh shit!
Gross.
Do you know what? I didn't see it. It didn't happen. I'm not responsible for it. She's got a whole
So proud of
guards. There's a
Cora. She's
horde.
always been so scared of spending money. At least she's finally
She's caught on.
embracing her femininity.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I guess I'm gonna take a look at the horde again.
Go nuts, dude. Good
Bye.
enough.
Okay. When you go back to it, because you're putting extra time into it, Aiden, suddenly you pick up the short glaive. Oh, fuck, I remember this. And suddenly hide it from Glory. The last time you saw one of these, every guard in Atul Zaran had one.
Oh shit.
So I'm literally gonna look at it just for a second, like just deadpan reaction, and after a few seconds of nothing, he's just gonna go, "Fuck!" Like that Paul Rudd gif.
This acts as a one-handed glaive, and it doesn't have the stats of a glaive. It has the stats of a good sword, and is also a casting implement. It's literally a spell swords implement. Looking at it, looks different to the ones the guys in Atul Zaran had.
Okay, so it's
I'm
not...
looking. Considering that it's shorter than the actual glaive, I'm actually like what Aiden's gonna be doing is that he's just gonna be like trying to see if there's like a button, just like completely just clicking every single like inch of the handle to see if there's like a compartment or like something that makes it extend or some shit like that.
As you're there, kind of like a voice in your head goes, "Blood completes the bond."
Yeah, and I immediately throw it away.
It didn't seem like a nasty voice.
I know, but still, when you get told blood completes the bond, no, just throw it. Just no.
Just give me an attack roll just for shits and giggles.
Dexterity or
Oh.
strength.
Thanks for a raid.
Hey,
we
thanks.
got rid of
thank
it. I
you.
was looking at something else. Thank you, Lakeman. Welcome to the stream. We're just finishing up
Yo.
ourselves.
Anyways, but yeah,
your choice,
strength.
basically.
I'll do dexterity. Fuck it.
More fun.
Yeah. That's gonna be. Give me a moment. It's 17 plus 5. Give me a moment.
It's okay. It hits
22.
anyway. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just something like that. Yeah. I mean, it was a DC 10 to see if it hit the wall. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's stuck in the wall.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you throw it and you beat the DC 10. It sticks in the wall. The rest of you guys, apart from Cora, who is now flying over the city,
On the Pegasus.
hears thwack, and one of the walls shakes.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to cut to Cora.
Aiden, are you okay?
Oh, I thought I might not
No.
have to deal with this week. Okay.
No, I'm gonna start it because then it gives you the opportunity. You touch down in front of Gatheralls. It's 3 shops wide. Instead of like the single kind of shop unit, almost kind of square, this is 3 shops wide, and it's got glass windows. Large glass windows that you can see straight through into the store, and other such bits that make it out to be this really expensive shop. It's got gilt lettering. It's
Haven't we
beautiful.
been together?
No, you've never been to Gatheralls before. Technically, one of you has been before, but it wasn't here. And when you see it, it's got, yeah, you recognize some of the people inside. In fact, the people who are selling over the counter are all from Freetown.
I'm gonna go in.
You go in and it's a buzz. There are people buying merchants' clothes, high-end clothes, fashion. There's people who are buying stacks of like workers' clothes, good hearty trousers with extra padding on the knees and the arse, and stuff that looks really quite hardy. And yet, oh shit. Oh shit, give me a spellcasting roll.
I blow the place up. Oh, I don't know. I never know what freaking thing to use. Okay, this one.
Go on.
Okay. Spell casting. So just with the plus spell attack thing.
Yeah.
Or the the spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
As if you're casting a spell.
Yeah, I know. I get confused by the modifier and
I think
the
yours
spell
is like
attack.
plus 10 or plus 11.
It's plus 12.
Plus 12,
so
huh?
12
Jesus
plus
Christ.
12 is 24 in
You beat
maths.
the DC 20. Yeah, your shift shroud starts to form itself into armor, and you can feel strangely a blade appearing in your hand, and suddenly you're like, what the fuck? And you resist and push it back down, and your shift shroud, the slightly metallic edge to your shoulder suddenly goes, and it turns back into regular clothes again. Doesn't look like anybody's noticed in the hubbub, or if anybody noticed, they weren't surprised. Suddenly, Mar Gatherall steps out from behind the shop and goes, is everybody being served? Thank you. Oh, yep. Oh, no, this is a lovely one. This is one that we've only just started doing. Here we go. And she picks up a blue dress. Beautiful thing. It seems like a blue sundress. She goes, it looks really good in the light. Here. She takes it to the window so that the sunlight can hit it. And suddenly this beautiful frosting appears over it. Kind of like a glitter, or maybe like small diamante or something like that. It sparkles and sheens and shifts, and suddenly there's almost like a cloud or mist pattern, almost animated across the cloth. And she goes, one of my best, darling. I had the inspiration when I was sewing it, and it was just lovely material, and I thought it looked like the sky, and so I started weaving it. This isn't a woven material, or if it's a woven material, she wouldn't have woven it. She would have sewn it together. She would have been the dressmaker, because she's made dresses before.
Mm-hmm.
And as she runs her hands down the dress, the glitter intensifies under her fingertips. It's going for a regular price, same price as a regular dress.
I want to roll an insight check here of what, because
Remember, you've got your guidance.
yeah.
Coin.
So she's never Ma hasn't had any magical things before, right? So this is new.
As magical as a brick.
Right, but she's
Like
clearly
a
doing magic
small
right now,
amount
or
of
was
Mother's
the
alchemy, that's about it.
was it the dress doing magic just then, or was it, because I can turn on detect magic? So can I find out if she's got magic? I guess.
As you switch on your detect magic, you realize it's the dress reacting to her as she touches it, not her casting a spell. And yet, there's an element of magic to Mar Gatherall.
Yeah, I'm definitely confused. Okay, so insight, maths. 18 insight check.
What are you looking for?
Well, I'm trying to just see if she's not much like. What am I looking for? I'm trying to figure out like if I can see without asking too many questions how this change has happened. Like, I guess, and yeah, and if.
Okay.
But the
Yeah,
fact that
I
she
can give you
said
a
she
result.
weaved it, and then, but then you also stated that she couldn't really weave it. Like, has something? Does it feel like this is that this is something that has been formed, or something's been sort of gifted somehow
Okay.
in a weird way?
I can give you what insight can give. So
yeah,
first of all,
give
she's
me
not
that
lying.
first, and then I can figure it.
Yeah.
Figure out what else to
First
ask.
of all, insight tells you she's not lying.
No, sure.
Second of all, you can see with insight that the stuff that she's talking about is new and exciting to her,
Yes.
and possibly unexpected.
Yes.
That she's kind of riding a bit of a wave.
Right. Well, I'm wondering.
That's what insight will give you.
Sure.
It can't give you anything more than that.
That's fine. I mean, that's kind of what I expected, but I just wanted the sort of similar. So
Nice to confirm it. It didn't cost you anything.
no, absolutely. That's the thing. So okay, I'm just trying to sort of figure out, like, because we have met before. I can't remember how well we know each other.
Mark Atherall does know of Corey Orsnell. Corey Orsnell is the friend of that lovely Farewell boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Hey. Sorry. I've been away for a bit. This is beautiful.
Cora.
Hi.
It's been forever. You look fantastic.
You do too.
Thank you very much. She is wearing better clothes. She's wearing kind of like a blouse, I guess, with probably a blouse and skirt. You notice that her particular clothes doesn't seem to be all that magical, but that's very Marg Atherall. She would make all the good stuff for other people, and she'd just want to have something that she knew could wash easily, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
She goes, have you seen my year in a day collection?
I haven't seen any of this. This is all. The last time I saw you was back in Freetown. When did you get the shop?
Yeah, last time would have been. Oh bloody hell! It would have been the battle, wouldn't it? You were on a bear.
After?
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that's right. You were on a bear.
I can't remember if that was before or after. We brought you some fabric from.
Yeah. Well, that's the start of all this, darling.
Oh.
That's the start of all this. Yeah.
So we did help.
You bought it from that. Our little benefactor. That.
Well.
You know.
Yes, and some exotic stuff from across the sea.
Yeah. So
Nauru,
I started.
Nauru.
Yeah, in Naruka. That's right.
Nauru.
Yeah. Well, I started a dressmaking business. See.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know these bards say that when they get their magic, it comes to them. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's how it happened to me. So I was making dresses. Yeah. I sold the stuff from the cloth that you gave me. That set me up for ages. That did. And then I bought some more in, because that's how businesses work, right? And so I was there and I was just sewing some of this cloth, and I just. Well, it seems funny. First of all, I honestly thought you're gonna think I'm silly here.
No.
But I honestly thought that somebody had swapped my spinning wheel. I thought that somebody had broken it or something.
Right.
Sorry, my loom. Basically a sewing table. It's got all sorts of shit on it. I thought somebody had broken mine and replaced it. All right, seemed silly. But we think I enchanted it by accident. Apparently I've got some sort of bard power. And so yeah, I thought it was a bit weird, but I carried on. And I was just thinking of something. And I thought how it would be good to make a pair of trousers and I was thinking about all spells and stuff like that you can do. And I thought, what would be good to make a pair of trousers for a worker that was as strong as steel. It wasn't made of steel because that'd chafe, right?
Right.
And I made a pair of trousers.
Yeah.
And I gave them to one of the local lads and all the rest of it. Well, he was a mason. And as he was trying to pile up some cut brick, it fell on his leg. Didn't hurt him. In fact, the second the bricks hit, the trousers hardened. Not a single dicky bird.
Huh.
We tested the trousers, took them to the smiths, hit them with hammers and all sorts, right? It blunted an axe.
So,
Now, that's one of my finest bits of work. I think that
Right.
was kind of a thing. So I started, because he said, how did I do it? And I said, I don't know. And so we started trying it out. Next thing I know, I'm making all sorts of stuff. Now, I can't control it exactly. It kind of comes to me. I daydream as I do it, see? And so I just keep making until I've got the stuff that people need. I can't really do anything to order. But we did find something out.
Uh-huh.
Took it to a wizard.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dresses like this one. And she runs her hands down the bodice of this dress as it's on the mannequin. And there's beautiful twinkling stars under her fingertips as it goes down the dress. He says that this dress will react like this for €1 a day. After that becomes a mundane dress. Isn't that interesting? So it's still going to be a good dress after this, but it's enchanted for €1 a day. Thing is, I don't use any of the enchantment stuff. No residuum. She knows residuum because her husband used to mine the shit. I don't use residuum. I just daydream.
You daydream and you make everything with this loom or this equipment?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to jinx it. You know?
No, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's basically if this was in modern day, it would be a sewing machine.
Yeah.
It's got the usual things. It's got like clamps and presses and things like that to keep the material all lined up and all the rest of it. Yeah. I use the same stuff, but people have said that it's not actually it's not the kit that's it. Apparently,
Okay.
I'm a bard. You take a look at Mar Gatherall, and you've already done. Well, you don't do that. You've done the detect magic. She is not a bard. She's absolutely not a bard.
Can I see the equipment? Do you mind?
Oh, come on in.
I'm
She takes you out back, and it's a huge sewing shop. There's lots of again Freetowners who are making regular good kit, but right in pride of place, right in the middle of this open plan sewing shop, is quite clearly Mar Gatherall's sewing table. This is where it is. I just let my mind drift and I make something.
I'm totally gonna detect magic on this thing.
You look at it and go, again, you don't do that, do you?
No, I just have it.
Your
I
eyes,
just have an ability.
your eyes suddenly, and you're like, whoa! Pretty much an aura around this station of magic, and yet it's not coming from the workstation. You can see that this is kind of a reflection of power coming from Mar Gatherall. But it gets stronger the closer she gets to her equipment.
I'm so confused. Did this order of material and things, where do you place your orders? I'm sorry, I'm being really nosy, but I'm just... Oh, okay.
I get it from all over. I get
specific.
it from the ships. I get it from all the rest of it. Apparently, the material doesn't matter. I did an embroidery on a face cloth, and I wanted it to be clean, and I started smelling lavender. every time they use that face cloth now, it smells of lavender. It doesn't matter if you just put it in water. And it always stays clean.
I message Eowyn, and I'm like, could you just put in a call and find out if this is something to do with the father-in-law?
Enola was there
Just
says,
as a thing.
I want to go and have a look at this. She lands on the table, invisible, and suddenly goes, and starts, basically, she flies up. If you have a feeling if she couldn't fly, she would be doing like the walking along the lava. Hot, 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 hot. Yeah, that's it. Kind of thing. And she flies up in the air and basically starts rubbing her feet.
Magically hot, I ask her, kind of thing.
Oh, cold! Super cold! Oh.
Oh, and is that where we leave it?
That's where we leave it.
Right. Maybe don't talk to Daddy.
The fact that you called him that makes it worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Although Nick's starting to feel like he's off the hook.
I mean, mine agreed to go for beers. I'm good.
Yeah,
Good.
Farewell's fine. Cora's not off the hook just yet.
Well, there you
Anyways.
go.
That is everything for tonight. I kind of left you guys to bumble your way through the various bits of the sandbox.
Bumble, we
available.
did.
Yeah, expert bumbling. We are going to raid, so stick around. We're going to raid. I don't know what part of Dungeons and Dragons Jenny is playing right now, but I am intrigued. So we're going to raid Classy Librarian. I wasn't going to, and then I saw a D&D, and I was like, okay. So we will do that. Big thank you to everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. Don't forget that on Sunday we'll be playing Lancer, and then seeing as everything seems to be going back to normal, we will continue to have Numenera on Mondays as well. So we will see you then.
Take care.
Good night, everyone.
Bye. Good night.